How do you put on a hoodie like a boomer? I don't know how you managed to find a way to do it. It's a fucking hoodie.
You ever worn a hoodie before, Chris?
Oh my god, Chris in a hoodie just looks like that fucking like, hello fellow kids. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Trash Taste Podcast. I'm your host for today, Joey, and I'm with the boys as per usual, and we have a familiar face. What was that?
Do you want to say that again?
Alright.
This is like the biggest podcast in the world. What's going on? There's about people moving the set around while we're filming. You'd never get this on the Abroad Japan studio.
Oh yeah, do you want to introduce yourself?
There's nobody in
Yeah.
there.
Do you want to introduce yourself to our audience, Chris?
Yes, it's your boy Chris, isn't it?
Your boy.
It's your boy. Am I cool now? Because I say your boy.
Sound like a grime rapper.
Yeah, how you doing, guys? Good to see you all.
Welcome
Yeah.
back
See you as well.
for the
Good to see
fourth
you.
time.
The fourth one, the big one.
Yeah, the big one.
Yeah.
Big one.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, doing alright.
Yeah.
Except for another episode of Chris Tries Not to Get Cancelled. So.
Yeah.
Got 2 hours.
I wonder what we're going to have to cut from this episode.
Everything to play for. I'm in a good mood though. I was recently in Japan Times. I was described as affable. Right?
Affable, in what sense?
Thinking of rebranding to affable in Japan. But I'm not just affable in name. I'm affable in nature. I don't even know what affable be. What does it mean?
What's the
Affable?
definition of affable?
It's somebody who's approachable.
Affable.
Affable, approachable, relatable.
Why not just say approachable?
I'm approachable in
You're
Japan.
like a male Karen.
But I'm affable, and I've bought Christmas presents. It's a little bit late.
Oh yeah.
Chris, it's February.
It's February, Chris.
What are you doing?
Well, you
Bringing
haven't invited
Christmas
me here in a
presents.
while.
It's definitely not the 21st of December we're filming this in.
I've been camping out the front of the studio for a whole month, waiting to be allowed in. Not my fault. Anyway,
God,
here we go.
did you wrap those presents
you wrapped
yourself?
Oh my God, you actually wrapped them up.
I am affable.
What an affable move.
Who's got what? What's this one?
You're the one that wrapped it up.
I've forgotten which one's which.
You'd be the
Shit.
worst fucking centre ever. You just like at the kid's house, like fuck.
One of them is yours.
There's gone.
Oh,
That's
thank
you.
you very much.
Let me
And,
guess.
animation. That's you.
That's me.
Animation.
Animation. It says animation.
I have a feeling like I might know what yours is.
Yeah.
John.
Maybe.
There you go.
Oh my
Before we
God,
open these
Chris.
presents, where's my present?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we actually have a gift.
we have a
We
gift for you.
We have a gift. Yeah.
What is it? Some sort of insulting artwork of me looking like a fucking bowling ball again.
No,
some
well, we
trash
want
taste
you
merch.
to confirm your victory for most drip in
Yeah.
in the
Most
Trash
drip,
Taste
yeah.
Awards this year. So we got you some drip, Chris.
Thank you very much, guys. Trash Taste
Try it on, Chris.
merchandise. Oh, thank you
Try
so
it on.
much.
Try it on, Chris.
Yeah, you should try
A
it
little
on.
bit later on in the show.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Will
present.
it actually fit?
Yeah.
Big size.
Try it.
It's
Give it a
big
shot.
size.
How dare you make some assumptions?
You'll have some drip now for once.
Yeah.
Well, open your presents then. Let's
All
get
right,
this out of the
all right.
way.
Should we do one at a time or just go all together?
Well, let's start
Start with
with
Joey, go on.
Joey. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So
Why
I
is
asked the
this
man.
so heavy?
I asked the man at the toy store what all the kids want this Christmas, and this was what he said. Yeah.
Oh well, you picked right because I've always wanted this.
There you go.
It's the Mario Kart go-kart,
Affable.
Okay,
isn't it?
that's actually
That's
pretty
actually a pretty
That's the one
decent
who-
and you got batteries.
and I got
Oh my
batteries.
God.
That's
Okay.
exactly.
First time where batteries are included. Thank
Affable,
God.
isn't it? Affable.
Is this the one that I played around in your studio?
No, it's not as expensive as that one. That's cheap.
It's the cheap shit one.
But you can drive that around and drive Aki mental.
Hell
Drive it
yeah.
around the apartment. She's gonna like. Yeah.
That's such a cool toy.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, thanks, Chris. Appreciate
good
that.
friend.
Let me see, let me
Go
see
on.
what I got.
So this is a shared present with you in Sydney. Now you've got your new
Ooh.
place, and I
Oh,
figured.
thank you very much.
I thought that was a bottle of wine.
Yeah, I thought that was a bottle of wine.
I honestly thought this was a bottle of wine.
I think
but we've
Garn's got enough wine.
We've got
But
a yakitori set.
You can enjoy that with your wine.
Thank you very much.
And cook some yakitori.
This will be perfect in our new kitchen.
You look like you're really forcing yourself to say that.
no.
This will be
Genuinely, we've been looking for more kitchen appliances
There
because
you
we're experimenting with a lot of cooking. So thank you very
Nice.
And
Hang
Connor,
on a second.
don't
What
worry,
is this? Why is it so heavy?
it's not a bomb. Don't worry. Oh look!
Oh, it's a poker set.
It's a
much.
poker.
Set.
This is for you, Chris.
So
It's
you
like
can-
Connor's like, when I come to your house, I can take all your money.
Well, I
It's good,
I did beat you poker
I don't have
recently.
poker.
For legal reasons, we need to say we don't obviously bet money on poker
no,
because,
it's illegal.
definitely
because
not.
gambling is illegal.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
Fucking heavy. What are these chips made out of?
Maybe next
Rocks?
time you could beat me at poker. Now you can practice at home.
I'll defeat you next time.
Wait, he beat you at poker?
No, I beat him.
No.
Okay,
He needs
yeah.
to
So
practice.
this is-
I beat him as well. I beat him
Destroyed
as well.
his
That's
rubbish.
what happened, right? We were getting it was
God.
the night was going on long. I'd already collected all the money. And I was like, let's just all or nothing. Let's come on. The night's over. And then Chris won. And then he won't let me forget it.
That's not what happened. We went for 2 hours. It was 11 p.m. when we started.
Yeah.
And Connor was winning for the first hour. And he's like, what time is this place closed? What time is it open? It was like until 1. I was like, well, we'll stay all night. We'll play. And he did really well. He was doing really well, to be fair. He annihilated this poor Japanese man. Twice. And he bought back in sheepishly, got annihilated again. And Connor was like, oh, sumimasen, I'm just too good. He was like sipping his cocktail, like, sumimasen. Oh. And then I was like biding my time. I'd done quite badly. And Connor was like, come on, Chris, you've got to step up your game, mate.
I
had,
genuinely
like-
thought Chris didn't know how to play poker for the first hour because he just didn't do anything.
And then I had a good hand. I think it was like ace king.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's a good hand.
and I was like putting some chips. Connor was like, all in. I was like, cool. And Connor was like, oh no.
Exactly like that.
And then I went, what have you got? He went, nothing. And then he lost. Or he kind of like decimated his pile. And was like,
Yeah.
we should probably go home now then. It's over, isn't it? What time does this place?
This also wasn't for money. There's a lot of places in Japan where you can just gamble for
Yeah.
like fake money, which you can't buy anything with.
Yeah, it's
So
like
Monopoly.
it's the show.
So Monopoly money then.
Yeah, Monopoly.
I didn't know that at the time. I thought we could get money. We couldn't get money.
I thought you could like get drinks or something with it. But no,
Yeah.
you can't get anything.
like drink vouchers and stuff.
yeah,
right? Yeah,
but I think no, you can get anything.
because I think even drink vouchers is not
Really
allowed. Yeah.
Because there's a big poker scene, weirdly, in Japan. There's
Yeah.
a bunch
Really?
of poker places in Shinjuku around that area.
Well, I mean, there
Tons
was
of different
talks.
areas.
There was talks of opening that casino in Yokohama, right?
Oh,
Recently,
yeah.
and then the Yokohama government was like, no, actually, we need room for pachinko machines.
Yeah, I think it would be good
Yeah.
for Japan to get casinos.
I think so,
So they can realize how shit pachinko is.
Yeah.
Get rid of these noisy fucking
It's
places.
the worst.
Bro, the day they introduce casinos in Japan is the day Gacha dies.
Yeah, basically. Or it levels up. Depending on how you view
All
it.
the
Yeah.
playing cards won't be your traditional king. It'll be like anime wife.
Be like Vice Schwartz cards.
It's like, what do you mean you can win this thing called money
Yeah.
and chance machines? That doesn't make
No,
sense.
That doesn't
No.
make sense.
I just like to imagine that all the poker tables are just themed after like the Yu-Gi-Oh arm things. It's like, hit me, dealer.
Little time.
Put it on the goes on the thing.
I would play poker if I was given one of those. That'd be
Bro,
sick.
you don't win money, you win life points.
Yeah, life
How
points.
amazing is
You
that?
can exchange life points for money.
So much hypocrisy in Japan with that.
So
Hypocrisy.
if I don't understand how there can be a big poker scene in Japan if you can't win money. I just
Well, I didn't know that before I played. I
Yeah.
thought, we're going to walk out of billionaires. And the guy was like, "You've won, well done." And he gave me like some Monopoly money. I was like, "Can I get a drink with this?" He was like, "No, you can't do anything. Get out." That's what I
like
am.
you've won 1 million Zimbabwe dollars. You are now a millionaire.
It's like 50 USD.
I was pretty disappointed, but I beat Connor, and that was enough.
That was
You
enough
know.
for Chris.
Well, no,
to
the one
blow.
that you guys went to, which is the same one that we went to.
I did take you there after.
Yeah, was like you get Monopoly. It's like a block, right? Like a plastic block you get that you
Right.
can exchange back to play another round of poker.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you
So it's a
win.
scam.
Yeah. So what you win is just the chance to compete again.
Yeah, yeah. You get to. It's like a play for free pass, basically.
So wait, do you have to pay to play in the place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we
You have
paid
to buy
we
in.
paid like $40 to play, thinking that maybe we could get a drink or something.
Yeah.
We didn't really. I mean, to be fair, it's on us for not knowing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was you can just play again in future if you happen to go back to the same bar in the exact same place and you remember to bring your piece of paper that
Yeah.
says you had money.
Which I did.
Which
So I
Chris
used it to beat
Yeah.
Joey.
They probably like never expected.
We
someone to come back.
we started playing poker, and he was like 3 times as many chips as me.
Well, it's because it was
at the
hard-
beginning.
'cause it was like
Equal
4
footing.
Japanese men's all entire earnings that I'd got and then given to Chris.
So what, you can't even exchange it for prizes or anything
No.
like that.
At least at Pachinko, you can exchange it for prizes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? Sure.
Yeah, surely if you could do pachinko, there must be some weird workaround where you could if you wanted to, but maybe it's not worth it.
Well, that's what I thought.
I think the pachinko one typically is in another building, right?
It is,
The
yeah.
Cash out.
Yeah.
You cash in your balls, and then conveniently, just around the corner, there's someone that wants to buy your balls. And that sounds really wrong, and I regret saying that now. And he'll buy
Purchase
the
your
balls.
balls.
Like, what a coincidence! I want those balls. Here's
I
$500.
actually need ball bearings, funny enough. I've been starting my own factory. Yeah, pachinko is a strange thing.
I hate pachinko.
Yeah.
I feel like it's such a blight on the countryside as well.
Oh,
Every-
yeah.
yeah.
Every countryside in Japan is like just depressed. There's nothing. The business is dying.
Yeah.
Except for the Palace of Pachinko. That it looks like it's like the Monte Carlo casino in the middle of the rice.
Yeah,
field.
well, that's
It's
the thing. It's like,
ridiculous.
that an area in the Inaka is like really fucking booming when it comes economically because there's
Yeah.
the pachinko parlor in the middle, and then all the businesses surround the pachinko
It is
parlor.
really sad.
I got like brag. I've got like the #1 video on pachinko, right?
Yeah.
And you watch it and you just don't understand why people play pachinko. I made it and I just don't get it.
Can you play pachinko? I mean, that. Like,
Well,
We played it on my
I
video,
gotta
right?
say,
I gotta say, like,
pretty fucking boring.
I
Yeah.
didn't
boring.
really play it.
Yeah.
You know, I've never felt like an IRL autoplay game until I played pachinko.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
You know, you turn a knob and that's it. Is that gameplay? Does that count as gameplay?
It's like the subtle like wrist move.
Oh, it plays itself. It's brilliant.
In the video that I did, I had Natsuki, and he was like, I'm a professional. I used to be a professional player. I was like, really? And we gave him, I think, like 1,000 balls. And we had to see how many he could get in half an hour. And to be fair to him, he did get like 4,000. And he claimed he had a strategy. Just luck. As the strategy.
Luck.
It's a 91 degree angle, not a 90 degree
It was
angle.
bollocks.
I'm sure there is, but like, why is like, you just get like wrist cramps after like 10 minutes of playing. It was awful.
I don't get it, man.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
I don't get it. I don't
do
get
not
it.
understand
Yeah.
the fascination. I feel like because it's the only form of gambling they have, so
Yeah.
it just works.
Oh, gotcha.
That's not gambling. You don't win money.
Well, you don't win money in pachinko either, right?
You do.
Yeah, you win prizes.
You win prizes.
No, you win money.
No, you
No,
can't
you-
win
you
money
can't
in
win
pachinko.
money.
You can get money.
No,
You can exchange the balls for money, can't
no,
you?
you can't. Yeah, you can only exchange for prizes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it becomes
Really?
illegal gambling.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Are you
how
sure
that's how
about
they
that?
get around that.
That's how they
Yeah.
get around it.
Pachinko isn't technically gambling because you can't win money. You
Yeah.
just win prizes,
Yeah.
which you can
Is that
then
true?
exchange.
You can,
for
yeah,
money.
you can win. You can win
we fact check
prizes.
this? I'm near
You
certain
win.
you
You
can
win
get
prizes, which you then exchange for money.
I know in the building itself you can exchange for prizes, but I know if you want money, you have to go to the other building.
Right.
I'm near certain.
Yeah.
So you can, in the building itself, you can get like a bag of crisps for 10 balls. But if you want to change the balls for money, you go to the other building. That's why.
I always thought it was you get the balls, you exchange them for prizes, and then you go to another building and you exchange the prizes for money.
No.
I thought that's what. I thought that was the workaround.
No, I'm near certain it's money. Can we fact check this, please?
The debate of pachinko.
Well, because-
either way, there is some legal loophole.
Yeah,
that
there's
is
a legal
getting-
loophole.
that is getting taken advantage of here.
Because if
So it is illegal to play pachinko for money in Japan, but there are loopholes around Japan's strict gambling laws, some stemming from the belief that the Japanese the ones could
yeah.
You can get money from pachinko. It
Oh,
is
no.
not-
Yeah, you can,
you
but
can
it's
get money
but,
from
yeah, you can, but it's
pachinko.
not a direct transfer.
It's not a direct transfer.
That's the loophole.
Yeah.
It's illegal. It's illegal to win prizes directly from the game.
Yeah.
But so that's where the
Yeah,
prize
but you can get
comes
money.
in.
I know you
Yes,
can get money,
but it's a loophole.
You couldn't get money. What do you
No,
want?
no, no.
You can't get money directly
you can't officially
from the
get money,
machines.
Yeah, I know that's not what I was arguing. I said you can get money from it. You just go to the building outside.
But that's where the loophole comes in. Right?
Yeah, that was never in contention.
Yeah. So the basically, if they bring in a casino
Cut that
to
bit out of the video.
That's stupid.
so basically, if they bring a casino to Japan, they have to do the same thing unless they change the laws.
Yeah.
It's like you win blackjack and you win a teddy bear.
Places have changed the laws before. It's not beyond comprehension, I think.
This is Japan, Connor.
Basically, you get the amount of, like, for example, the receipt that says that this is the amount that you get for a certain token.
Yeah.
So this token, you can't exchange it for money within the same.
Yeah. So,
Right.
it's for money. People aren't playing for toys. Why do you think people would
No,
spend their
I
whole life?
never
know
said that.
I know people who don't play for toys. I know that there is a way to get money, but I know that it's very much in the grey area for like.
That's why everyone's playing it. No
Yeah,
one,
yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Grey
no one's
area.
playing
Grey
it for a
area.
fucking plushie for 9 hours.
Of course.
You never know. Some people might.
They go to fucking eBay.
I mean, there are people who play crane games, right? So it's pretty much
Yeah,
the
you
same
don't-
thing.
Can't
Yeah.
understand those people.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you guys have all done the crane game videos with me now.
Don't make me talk about that bloody crane game bollocks.
Yeah.
I hate
how
crane
much?
games.
How much did you waste, Chris?
I think, how much is it? $500? You might as well
and
just burn
you got
that for
nothing.
fun.
You
I'd
got
have more fun
nothing.
just setting it on fire than wasting my time trying to catch that fucking monkey.
This is a good transition into what you think about crane games.
Shit. Awful.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Yeah.
Never again.
I don't, because I recently did it as well on Connor's channel, and I asked Connor, I was like, so how much stuff did Chris win? And he's like, oh, a bag of chips. And I was like, what?
No, I won at least
he-
two bags.
Did he have arms?
He
Like,
won, He won 2 bags of chips and he won a knockoff kettle.
And the reason was I didn't cheat like Connor. I didn't ask the staff. I was sorry, could I have some help?
That's what
As
you
Connor's
That's what
going,
you're supposed to do.
You
Though.
have to do
boring.
that.
I like to play by the rule book.
But
Well,
some, okay,
look what happened.
I'm a man of honour. I
Some-
play by the rules. I don't need help.
they're not playing by honor. Why should you?
Yeah.
To be fair, I did win though, and the woman, I was like, "Can I get my crisps out?" And she had to like remove it from the machine,
Yeah.
and she went, "Yeah, sure." And then she just put it back on the shelf and closed the door. And I was standing like, "Are you taking me for a mug? What's going on? Give me my crisps." And like a
The
supervisor
manager,
had to
yeah.
come over and be like, "Sorry, here's a winner. Give me some crisps."
I watched,
He's a winner.
I watched the footage back. It's quite funny because there was a big sign on the machine that said, "If it gets stuck where Chris has got stuck, that you win
Yeah.
the prize."
Yeah.
And then he just put it back.
Bastards. It was awful. There was like nothing fun about it. Nothing
Yeah.
fun.
It's fun up to like the first prize you win, and then you just kind of feel like a monkey pressing buttons afterwards.
And I was trying to get a monkey, Curious George or something. Was his name?
Yeah.
Curious.
Don't
I
pretend
can't believe
you've
you just
forgotten.
gave up on that. Like,
The machine took my money as well. So not only did my prize get like put back on the shelf, even though I'd won it fairly, I put in like $100 just went up in smoke, and I had to get a woman over to try and get the money out. And while she was doing that, I was still trying to catch fucking Curious George above her. She was like digging through the machine, like trying to get my money out, like a Indiana Jones excavation. It was shit. I hate crane games. I hate everyone that plays crane games. Especially hate Connor for making me do it. Never ever again. Ever. Ever.
It was a good arcade though. That Sendai one was my favorite one, I think.
Biggest in Japan?
I know, yeah.
did it have the best prizes?
No.
I genuinely think the prizes were maybe the Taito one has the best ones.
Yeah.
I won the ramen maker.
Yeah, the
right?
shit kettle.
And it's just a kettle.
It's,
They call it
it's a rebranded kettle.
You-
It's,
it's
like
a kettle.
infringing on copyright.
Well, you put boiling water in, then you just put your noodles in, and they're like ramen kettle.
So it's just a
Yeah,
cup.
It's just like a bowl of
but
shit.
it's got like a budget knockoff of the Nissin cup noodle.
It does,
one.
doesn't it?
Oh.
I mean, honestly, the favorite prize that I got was my fucking home ramen, like Thai ramen. They had instant
Oh, really?
ramen. That was like my
That's pretty
favorite
cool.
prize.
Oh shit.
It's cool
Yeah.
just seeing the variation of different machines that they have. There was one that was like a balance board in one that we went to.
yeah, there
It was
was.
a balance board for a crane game. So you move around with your feet to
Yeah.
like choose where the crane. It's
Oh, that's
awful.
pretty cool.
No, it's awful.
Is it?
You can't control it. To
Oh,
save your
right.
life. You have to just cheat and get on the floor and move it.
I can't think of any cool one. I guess I won like aloe hand cream for like 200 yen.
Hello hand.
I used one of the small ones and I was like, I
Yeah.
put in 200 yen and I got this like aloe hand cream. And I was
Isn't
like,
there a better
cool.
way to spend $500,
Yeah, of
Connor?
course.
Yeah, of course there is.
I'm not doing it for a smart financial decision.
It's
I'm
content.
doing it for content.
It's content.
Content.
Because people like you seeing you fail, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, you crying at Curious George for 20 minutes was a cathartic experience.
I love seeing you get tilted.
I think my blood pressure went up that day. At one point, I was like in a machine, being like, "Fucking piece of shit." And I looked around, there's like a little kid just watching it. I was like, "Oh, tanoshii desu ne."
But the video
And
came
like-
out so good because it was probably my strongest performance as well, and I was absolutely just murdering all these machines.
Yeah, but
and
that's-
then it cuts
that-
to the dichotomy of Chris
Yeah.
just struggling for his life to get a bag of crisps.
At that point, like you've done how many crane game machines?
Yeah.
Like
You're a
3,
natural born
4?
entertainer, Chris.
You'd
Yeah.
say that, but the one that I did with Joey was by far the most difficult. It was
Oh, really?
really
Oh, the
tough,
Shinjuku one
really
was
tough.
fucking
It was tough.
so hard.
It was tough. It was tough cranes.
Although I
very-
still got more than Chris.
Would you
Yeah.
would you say that there is an actual technique to crane games now that you've done it like?
I
5
figured
There
I
is,
figured
there
out a
is.
technique.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think here's the thing. I think some machines, the level of difficulty isn't decided by the crane; it's the size of the item they put in.
Yeah.
Right.
There are some things that, like boxes, like some of the figure boxes, right?
Yeah.
They're like just too big, where they're just no matter where you push them, they're gonna fall in.
Yeah.
And once they fall into like a like it's
like a divot.
Like
it's
a
like
dip.
you can't get it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of
So,
difficult.
and you got to reset it. Like,
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not going to work.
And that's when you got to call the staff member and be like, "Sumimasen, help me."
Yeah.
And you're supposed to sort of gradually pick it up and nudge it slowly towards the edge.
You are, but
exit, right?
some
The hole.
again, like some boxes are so big and so not
Heavy.
good at moving that
Yeah.
they'll just naturally just fall into that the moment you stop moving them, and they just hope that you just give up.
Yeah, I remember in my episode, like I asked the staff lady, I was like, "Is there like a technique of
Yeah.
any kind with any of these?" And she's like, "Oh, like people who are really good at it, just like figure out the physics." And I'm like,
Figure out the
I'm like,
physics.
cool. I have to be a physicist to figure this shit out. Amazing.
You can maybe make a profit from it if you're like
Yeah.
really good, but it's just not
Yeah.
worth it. Like, why would you do it?
Yeah, I remember when I asked for advice in my video. So the guy like on the crane, like he tells me, "Oh, you got to get in this position," which was like the position you do to like before it flips over.
Right,
So
right.
he easily gets it into that position, and then he's just like, "Okay, so what you do after you get in this position?" Then he opens the box and he goes, takes his hands out and goes, "You just flip it over and it goes in the hole. And I'm just like, brilliant. All I need to do is fucking just have a pair of keys and push it over with my hands. Why didn't you tell me before? What an easy technique.
I get like PTSD just thinking about it.
I thought Chris was like just playing it up for the camera, but he was genuinely furious after the video. He was just angry.
There's something about exchanging that amount of money and just getting nothing in return
I
except
got plenty of
stress.
stuff.
Yeah, you didn't get what you
I
got was
value.
worthless.
No, I got maybe like at best 200 quid worth of stuff.
That's why I only play rhythm games when I go to arcades, because you get the experience you pay for.
A massive helicopter
AC30 going about.
coming to take Connor away. But like, finally, back to Wales. Crane game, crane game. Extract him.
Giant crane game.
Drop him in the Sea of Wales. The place I just made up.
Those videos come out way more fun than they are to shoot. That's for sure.
It was like what, 4 hour shoot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a
That
rough
was
shoot.
just not fun.
It was for the first like hour and a half. I thought I was like, oh, this might be a decent video, and then like the rest of the video, it's like you just run out of energy.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, what do I say about this? What do I say? Pushing the same button for like the thousandth.
But then the videos
time.
kind of really fun. They're really just
oh,
nice
yeah,
and
yeah.
easy to watch.
Yeah.
What did you win? REM or something, wasn't it?
You remember the name?
REM?
REM.
REM.
One of my favorite
Shiny
clips of,
band.
Shiny Happy People.
one of my favorite clips of all time is when he's getting confused about Rem and Ram, and then I explained to him that Ram is her sister.
So, why Ram?
Ram is her sister.
Ram is
twin
Like
sister.
a beast, like a sheep, like a sheep,
Like a male sheep.
like a sheep or something, isn't it?
You see a Ram and you're like, that's a beast.
Do we have a REM?
No, we don't actually.
Wait, you never bought a REM?
No, it's
We don't have a ram.
Why are they called like Rem and Ram? Why not like something else?
Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted.
But like, are they from Japan? Rem,
No, the fantasy characters.
Ram.
They're from like. fucking
Who made
those
this up?
Yeah,
Where
they're
are they
from. Wait, do you know any twins in real life?
No.
Because the only twins I know in real life, then the names are Hammy and Sammy.
What?
I swear
are you
to God.
serious?
I
Well,
swear
that's
to
not
God.
an
I swear to
N-word.
God.
I don't know any twins that have like rhyming names.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
have any of the rhyming names.
What's the story of
Oh,
Rem and Ram?
Rick and Roberto as well. I guess that makes more sense.
Rick and
Yeah.
Roberto.
Hammy and Sammy, yeah. So we know. Yeah,
What's
I know
the
two
story?
twins.
What is Rem and Ram about? Where's
That's
who-
not the name of the show.
Rem and Ram? I mean, is it a Japanese?
Rem and Ram's
Yeah, so
Excellent
it's a
Adventures.
Japanese visual novel, and got
Light
made
novel.
into an anime. Oh yeah, light novel. Sorry.
Yeah.
And got made into an anime, and
It's
Ram
called
and
it's
Ram
called
are-
ReZero.
Yeah.
They're two maids and they're demons, and
Yeah.
they're very enjoyable characters.
Why do you like it so much?
It's a good show.
Why is it a good show?
I like the characters.
Why?
I
What
like the
what do they
world.
do that make you think yes?
They're very caring for the main character.
It's like a son getting
Oh,
in
no,
trouble by his
I
dad.
feel like I'm asking reasonable questions here. Like, what's the attraction
It's
of the
hard because you need to
show?
watch the show because there's there's a few scenes with this specific character.
Yeah.
Ram is just very endearing,
Yeah.
more so than most anime.
She affable.
Very affable. In
Not as
Family
affable
Guy,
as you.
so-
Oh,
though.
wow.
not as affable
You know.
as you, obviously.
Affable in
but-
Japan,
yeah.
hashtag.
And
Obviously.
she gets rejected, and it's really like sad because she pours her heart out.
Wow, spoilers.
Everyone-
Everyone knows that now.
I'm going to go and watch it now.
You should-
Where can I watch it?
I don't know.
Online. So
online.
Alright.
Yeah.
Legally online.
Legally.
legally online.
Always legal. Great.
Go and watch it. Let me know what you think.
All right. I'll watch at least one
would not
episode.
enjoy
People would pay
ReZero.
good money to watch you.
Actually, yeah.
People would pay absorbent
You need
amounts of
you need to
money.
do like a show where you like commentate over. an
Just you
episode.
watching like non-Satoshi Kon anime would be hilarious, actually.
It's not Perfect Blue. I'm not in. To be fair, I rewatched. It's like low hanging fruit. I watched Akira again for the first time in years the other day.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful film.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot how amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Akira's
Bikes
brilliant.
behind
But
you.
like,
Yeah.
I was like feeling emotional watching it. I was like, yes, this is
feeling
just
emotional.
perfection. This is like what everything
so
should
good.
be.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's so
It is,
fucking
it
good.
is, like the animation is fucking incredible.
And that's where I need to. I'm thinking sort of to become, like the anime man. I want to get into anime.
I mean, it's free real estate right now.
there's,
So.
there's a gap in the market.
Yeah, there's a
now.
gap in the market right
so
now.
why don't you watch anime anymore?
Don't go into this.
That's a good question. That's
Why you're the anime man?
I don't want to go into this,
What?
man. Like, we've been into this before.
So it's like you don't watch it as much now.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I could be the new anime man.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Crack open a beer to watch this.
Yeah, I'll crack open an Australian cider that Chris
Are we
brought.
cracking
Oh,
them
yeah.
open now? All right. I
Chris
guess
brought
it's
some
time.
Australian 3 Oaks. He brought some 3 Oak cider. from
Taste it back
Australia.
home, Jay.
Yeah, these are actually pretty good. They're better on tap, but
He's doing a good job
Cheers,
changing
boys.
subject, isn't he? All right,
cheers.
Don't worry, Chris. I'll get you into anime.
Yeah.
These two are posers. I'm the real anime fan.
who's the
No,
most?
the
Who is the
anime-
most anime man here?
The
then?
anime that he'll recommend you will bore you to death.
Yeah.
Like,
They're all
You'll
reincarnation
need
stories.
A fucking flow chart to figure out what's going on.
so you know, I did watch your anime and review video. I think it must have been like 2 or 3 weeks ago, where you sort of had like your
Go through
lineup
the-
of things you recommended watching. That was
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
interesting because I was like, I know, I want to learn about anime.
Yeah, I mean, I make
Dance
those.
the man.
I can't take you seriously when you say
I'm
that.
not joking.
I was like, oh yes, I want to learn about
I
anime.
want to learn about anime.
You know,
It's like hearing my
dad.
Yeah,
is
it's like my
telling me,
dad is like,
"Oh,
yeah,
I
so-
want to learn about this Minecraft thing you're doing.
there was a thing called animation, but like
I heard
you
about
know,
these things called Let's Plays.
Gant is like the good one, and I want to hear his thoughts. He's the voice of reason and credibility.
Gant is the good one.
He's the voice of reason, and I thought if I want to learn about anime,
Well, I mean, you're already
Here you
into
go.
anime, right? Like you like Satoshi Kon and Akira.
yeah, I love them.
That's anime.
But I mean, just by watching like 4 films does make me like into anime.
But there's a lot of shows that are like that in the same
Right.
vein that I reckon he'd get into.
Ghost in the Shell.
I mean, there's
Yeah,
no
go-
one that can
no hanging
replace.
fruit again.
Yeah, like I'm not saying it's like exactly the same or better, but like it's kind of in the same
the
vein.
same vibe.
Yeah,
same
it's the same
energy.
vibe. Yeah.
But I feel like I've neglected anime. The reason I don't watch anime is just because growing up I didn't know anyone that watched it, and
Right.
there was no sort of
Would you
way
say it
in,
had
right?
like a bad connotation as well to watch anime? To be
A
like,
little bit.
Yeah.
Certainly in the UK, I think it's seen as like a very geeky, losery thing.
I think
Yeah,
everywhere.
right.
Back
I don't think
then
that's
it was
fair.
like
I don't
that.
think that's fair
Yeah.
at all. But
I mean, it's a lot different now. Like, we've said multiple times, like, I think when we were growing up, like our age group, you'd get bullied for watching
oh
anime.
fuck yeah, yeah.
But nowadays you get
Anything.
bullied. Nowadays kids, yeah.
Only for breathing.
Nowadays kids get bullied for not watching anime
yeah.
or not watching certain
That's
anime.
what-
not
that's
keeping
what-
up with it, right? And
That's
it's
what the
like
popular
that's what
kids
it
are watching now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all the popular kids are like, I love Naruto.
Based on your filmography.
fully. But no, I do want to investigate a bit further.
Investigate.
Investigate. You're saying this as if you're like, going, like
I want to dip my toes into this anime business. What do you recommend? What, based on what I know and like Ghost in the Shell, Akira, Satoshi Kon, feed that into.
Wait, have you
like-
seen Ghost in the Shell?
Yes, of course.
You know, like the iceberg meme.
The
right?
movie, not the live action.
Not the,
This-
no,
this is
shit.
literally
Don't
that
talk about that
iceberg.
silly
It's
film.
like-
I think.
He's watching like the best of the best, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
degenerate.
I think.
the deeper you go
Yeah.
down, like
Yeah, that's how you get someone into anime.
Yeah.
I think you'd really enjoy Bakuno.
Bakuno.
Oh, yeah,
That-
Bakuno's
that's,
good.
That's like a good entry level TV series.
What happens?
Okay, so it's kind of like hard
to
to
explain.
explain.
Like
It's
one sentence.
all right, it's kind of like a Quentin Tarantino, Guy Ritchie film turned into an anime.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good synopsis.
Yeah.
A good little line to get me in. Yeah.
Actually,
that's what I wanna hear.
anything Naito Diogo makes is kind of like that, right? Like Durarara is also the same.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a much like more exciting description than what he said about Rem and Ram and Rom.
Oh no! I don't think you'll like ReZero. I have a suspicion you might not
You're
like
not gonna
ReZero.
like
You're not gonna like
ReZero. You're not
ReZero.
gonna like ReZero at all.
endearing. Oh, brilliant! I don't want endearing. I want Tarantino.
They're not even the main characters. This is the funniest thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who's the main character? Rom.
Rom. That is actually a character in ReZero.
That is a character.
There is an
I
actual
can
character.
predict anime. I know anime without watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the old guy who.
oh yeah,
Yeah, he's the old guy.
Is he endearing?
Kind of.
He's kind of affable, yeah.
Yeah, kind of affable. That's
I-
the word of this podcast.
I-
It's
What other
affable.
anime?
I
Chris
was
might
thinking maybe
enjoy?
something like Redline. You might like.
Well, okay. What films?
Animation,
What
yeah,
films
but-
you like? What
I
films
want
you
something
like? Chris?
sci-fi, gritty, bit of something dark, some sort of neo-noir. Some,
Oh,
Psychopaths.
Psycho Pass.
Psycho Pass.
Cowboy Bebop too, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first one. I thought.
Everyone
Describe-
says I would like Cowboy Bebop.
I think you'd like Cowboy Bebop.
Should I watch it on
Cowboy Bebop.
Netflix? Or is that?
No.
So okay, so there's two versions of Cowboy Bebop on Netflix. Go for the animated version.
Did it get cancelled?
Yeah, season 2 got cancelled. Yeah.
That's sad, isn't it? Sad when that happens.
Yeah, I think you'll really like Cowboy Bebop and
Yeah, Psychopaths. I think you'd actually really
Psychopaths.
enjoy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you'll like
Psychopaths.
Psychopaths.
Psychopaths is right up your
Pass.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Psychopaths.
a
Yes.
dystopian future where you're rated based on your mental health score.
Sounds
This
like real
was-
life, Connor.
Yeah,
Dystopian future. That's now.
well, no, it's like there's an all-knowing algorithm that knows your
YouTube.
mental health stability, and if you're like psychotic, it just kills you.
Right.
Yeah. So it's kind of like
that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, of course.
yeah,
it's a fucked up
that's the
show.
whole point of
That's
it.
pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And of course, who's going to do the killing? But these enforcers. And it's a pretty harsh story where you follow with these enforcers having to like basically just murder
Yeah.
people, and it's really fucking.
Yeah, it's really good.
So
Sounds
they have
like my
they
kind
have,
of thing.
It's
so-
actually it's really good actually. Now
they
that I
have
think
they
about
have
it.
this gun, right? They have this gun, and you point at the person, and the gun scans what their mental health is, and if their
It
mental health,
quantifies their mental health.
yeah, if their mental the gun goes from just stun gun to just obliterating a person to their atoms based on how bad their mental
What's the
health
gun
is.
called again? It's like Annihilator or something?
Dominator.
Is this like a
that's it.
future where
Yeah.
the dislike button was never hidden then? Because now it's gone. My mental health is so much better on YouTube. But that's a cool premise.
Yeah, it's a very
Yeah.
cool
You
premise.
should watch it. It's
Yeah.
really good,
it's
I'll
really
check
good.
it out. Psychopaths.
Psychopaths.
Psycho-
I actually think you'd enjoy that actually. Like,
Because
no
if you're a
joke.
psycho, you pass. Is that
I think it's more the opposite. If you're a psycho, you don't pass.
so? Psycho die.
Psycho die. Psycho die.
I feel really old and out of the times now.
Yeah, you-
help
you-
me, help me
die.
get in.
You should start titling anime Psycho Die, Ram and Ram.
Yeah,
Ram and Ram.
Ram and Ram.
All right, I'll get into.
probably,
I'll
you
check it
probably
out.
enjoy it more than the new Matrix that you were talking.
I feel like
about.
I feel like
Yeah.
you're just more into general like films, right? And
Yeah.
and cinematography and
Perhaps.
staying up with the news and stuff.
But I
like
think
that.
a lot of the best cinematography comes out of anime films. Just watching Akira the other day, I was like, holy shit, the cinematography of this is
Oh
like
yeah, it's brilliant.
the best, 10 out of 10. So I kind of want to go down the anime rabbit hole. And
Yeah, I mean, like, do you-
explore them a bit more.
Do you still look at films the same way now, or do you focus more on cinematography and just the general filmmaking craft?
I still think I do look at cinematography a lot, but I still think story is really important. Like I just
Yeah.
watched The Matrix 4
yeah,
Resurrections, and
Yeah.
it was all right. It's
Yeah.
very meta. It kind of comments on itself a lot,
Yeah.
and I recommend watching it. But there's no sort of replay value. I ask myself, a film is good. If a film is good, I want to rewatch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I don't want to rewatch it, I can't even say rewatch it.
Yeah.
If I don't want to rewatch it, then it's not overly great in my
right,
opinion.
right.
I think you'd like One Punch Man. Weirdly enough,
One Punch Man.
I think you'd like it. I
I don't
you'd-
know.
I think you'd like it.
Really?
I think so.
I think anyone can enjoy One Punch
I think
Man,
you'd. I think you'd find it amusing.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the cinematography is insane.
But there's a point. But I think there'll come a point where he'll watch One Punch Man and be like, "Oh, this joke again."
I mean, I think you'd enjoy it. I don't think
Yeah.
it'd be like your most favorite anime
Right.
of all time.
It's no
'cause
Satoshi Kon.
it's no Satoshi
it's
Kon.
no Satoshi
Or
Kon.
no,
That's
there is no Satoshi Kon.
What did you say?
Unfortunately.
What did you fucking say? I'm going to stick you in a crane game machine. Head first, Connor.
It's good like popcorn entertainment.
Yeah.
I feel.
Popcorn.
Because I remember this weekend I finally saw Dune.
Yeah.
Not in cinemas, unfortunately. So I didn't.
Oh, no.
I didn't feel the subwoofers.
You
but
didn't,
like
you didn't
film.
feel the voice.
oh my god! Like
that
even
film needs to be watched.
even watching it on my TV, I felt like it was getting bass out of the TV that just didn't exist, man. Like I don't know how it was
like a
possible.
subwoofer was
that
formed.
$300 TV. I know because you have the same one. That would not do it.
I watched
justice.
that at IMAX. I nearly cried. It was like ears
Yeah.
were like bleeding, like
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer. But like that was pretty good.
But my god, like the cinematography in that was fucking insane. I
Oh,
thought.
Dude, Dune is good if Dune 2 comes out and if it's good.
it is coming out,
Well,
right?
it is
Yeah,
coming
it
out.
is.
Okay.
But I mean, is it going to be good? I mean, the
Yeah.
Dune one was amazing. If Dune 2 is good,
Because like it was weird because it didn't feel like I was watching a movie. It felt like I was watching a HBO TV series
Yeah.
or something like that. Like when it ended, it felt like it was an end of an episode rather than just an end of a movie.
Right.
But it wasn't necessarily
I
bad.
didn't really like the ending, and I hate. Oh, I don't know if it spoils it, but just by saying the last line of the film, where she's like, "This is just the beginning." I was like, "Oh no, don't say that." That's like, "There's a storm coming." That sort of like shit line you see in so many films.
I mean, to be fair, this is
Disappointment.
based off a '60s book. So
yeah.
you have to
like
put that
Dune.
into consideration.
But other than that,
7,
it
8
was
out of 10. I think
good. How much?
7, 8 out of 10.
Maybe an 8.5.
I'd give it like an 8 or a 9. Because the story just picks up from there as
Yeah.
well, like if you read the books. But yeah,
I mean,
so I'm looking forward
it
to
was just like my kind of story where it just set up the world really well. I was
did,
more
yeah.
interested. Like I watched the film and then I just went on a binge of just lore explanation videos because
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just like, there are so many interesting aspects to this world that they just kind of didn't have time to explore.
Yeah, Frank Herbert was nuts, dude. I don't know
yeah.
how he did it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like how old's the book now? Like fucking
Well, first book was 1964. I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can I spoil one thing in it? Can we do a spoiler warning?
Okay,
Sure.
Spoiler warning.
Spoiler. One thing I really didn't like about the film is that they had this really. So again, spoilers. Please watch Dune, please, if you haven't. This is really supposed to be, especially like a really impactful scene where he kills someone
Oh,
for
yeah.
the first time.
Yeah, that wasn't very good.
But then, like, it's supposed to be a really big deal, but they just like bring it up like 1 second before he kills someone for the first time. They're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
by the way, he's never killed anyone. Start stabbing a man to death, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh. don't really think that was that difficult.
It's a bit anticlimactic.
I wish they'd
isn't
have
it?
like built it up from the start, so that other than
Yeah.
that's the only gripe I had with
Well,
it.
it's a strange film because the big set pieces happen sort of halfway through rather than at the end.
Yeah,
And I felt
yeah.
a little bit. I'm all for changing up the sort of story and doing something a little bit original, but
Yeah.
I felt like the payoff at the ending was like, oh,
Well, I don't even think it needed a big set piece. That wasn't the highlight for me because actually I was so immersed in the world that when it went to the big set piece, I was like, can we just go back to doing like small shit?
Yeah.
Like I just
oh yeah, no, I'd
Yeah.
have loved that.
Yeah.
It was weird.
The political aspect was really
Yeah,
cool,
it
right?
was.
One of those films that I was like bored for the first 40 minutes, and then after I'd kind of sat through all the good stuff, I was like, actually, now I want more of the start boring stuff.
More talking.
But I wonder that's why when you're making it, is it hard to see it from a perspective of someone who doesn't know anything about the lore of Dune? How do you do it when you already know so much about it and you know how good the lore is, and how do you explain it in a way that's engaging? Because I do think, I don't know if you were, but I was bored for the first 40 minutes, just waiting for something to happen.
I wasn't.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe
The
I'm-
world was pretty engrossing.
Yeah, yeah. It kind of reminded
just-
me of going to mention it again, Joey, Arcane, where the first 2 episodes, nothing really technically happened.
Oh, I want Chris to watch that actually. He'd love it.
What's that about?
No, you should.
Summarize that in a line.
If you go to that side, I'm truly alone.
Have we gone a week without mentioning it?
No.
I actually want
I legitimately can. I legitimately want someone to make one of those things where it's like it's been blank days since Arcane was mentioned. I just rip it off
You need
every
to watch
week.
it. It's amazing. It's,
amazing shit.
I haven't seen
He
it.
hasn't seen
right.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
Wasn't it like one of the top
What's it
shows on
about?
IMDb?
What's it about?
How would you explain it, Gon? You're clearly better.
about
at
League
this.
of
In one sentence.
League of Legends.
Again.
In one sentence. There's no way I can just describe it in one sentence.
League of
It's
Legends.
just- It's just a very engrossing world that's kind of like.
say what
Dune,
it
I
is.
guess.
It's League of Legends.
It's League of Legends.
It's based off of the game, sort of. Not really,
no.
though. No. I know.
Raid
I know.
of Shadows again. Fucking hell.
It's not. Just give it a watch. Give it a chance. The animation is insane.
How would you describe Dune in a sentence? Out of curiosity.
Very good.
Imagine Star Wars but good. Oh! I love Star Wars, but there's only 2 films in the series that are good. The first one, the second one, that came out in 1977, 1980.
Oh, wait. Oh,
And
episode
everything
4
else-
and 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you say first and second, I thought you meant episode
no.
1 and 2. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude.
I love the first and second film. All the
Yeah.
prequel memes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're pretty good, to be fair.
Prequel memes are the best memes at the
The
whole.
third one's all right, but like, yeah. Dune is like, imagine Star Wars but good.
I actually agree with you.
Like the characters-
I'm really not a fan of Star Wars at all.
You know what the best thing about Star Wars was? The Lego games. That was the best thing about Star Wars.
To be fair, they were
they
pretty
were
good.
fucking amazing
Yeah,
games.
they were,
Dude,
I
they were
haven't
so
played all of
good.
them, but like the first one was so good.
Dude, I remember I had the Act, I think it was 4 to 6 movies.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
They did like the trilogy. And that was my only experience for the movies for like the first 10 years of my life. And I used to fucking love it. I used to love getting this fucking
I think
Lego pieces.
the only thing I liked about episode 1 was the pod racing scene.
Get out.
Now this is pod
The
racing.
worst bit.
No. The
No,
lightsaber,
this is
lightsaber
pod
scene. The lightsaber.
Oh, the fight. Yeah,
Darth
Darth
Maul.
Maul.
Oh
Come
yeah,
on,
the
come
Darth
on.
Maul scene. Yeah,
Darth
yeah.
Maul was like the best villain.
Yeah, Darth Maul was the
I
best
feel
one. You're
like
right.
this
You're
is
right.
The series of shit takes.
Yeah.
Clip.
Let's just stop. Let's just stop talking about Star Wars. We clearly don't know our shit.
As from a normie perspective, I thought it was alright.
I think the problem was, I did like Star Wars a lot. Then the new films came out and destroyed everything. And it was just
I
awful.
haven't seen any
I
of the
watched
new
Rogue
ones.
One.
so fucking boring.
I watched Rogue One. That was
Rogue One's all right.
Yeah, I quite like
Yeah.
Rogue
Because
One.
that sort of, I mean, if you're a fan of the original Star Wars film, it ties in nicely. And I didn't care about the characters. When they died, I was like, but Darth Vader's in it, so it's good, isn't it? There's some cool scenes in it that call back to the original, and I
Yeah.
like that. But like the new film's just shit. None of the characters.
watch
I thought
watched all of
I thought the
All of
first
them. All
film
of them.
had potential, and then it just lacked
Yeah.
a coherent direction. I thought.
Well, they just sort of made it up as they went along.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
felt like.
It was
Honestly,
like, what's that Chinese whisper game where you write a line, fold it, and move it on? It was like that.
Yeah.
Do what you want, Ryan Johnson. I love Ryan Johnson, but like,
yeah,
no, there was no coherent strategy. And
yeah.
It
it,
was
it
never going to
failed.
please what the fans wanted. They had such lofty expectations.
True.
But it's just
But
funny
then
as
they
well.
backpedaled, didn't they? On the
Yeah.
last
Yeah,
one, they
yeah.
were like,
Yeah.
just do whatever the fans want, and it was just really, really bad.
That's because
Um,
nothing was set up.
No.
Everything was set up. Ryan Johnson like tore it down, did his own thing, and then they were
And
like, "Oh
that's-
no!"
that would have worked though if they'd had another follow up to that, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
But they did. It wasn't.
Yeah,
It was like,
I think definitely the second film depended on the third film following on from what he had set up. But obviously,
I mean, it was just
didn't
telling
work
that, like, I remember how much hype there was for episode 7. Like,
Yeah.
it was fucking
Well,
everywhere.
7 was pretty well received. People loved it.
out. Yeah.
And then
Well,
I
of course
remember-
it's
but
well
then, like,
received.
but then
then
every
number 2,
subsequent
yeah.
film was just less and
then
less talk
8
about it, right?
and then 8, everyone was like, oh no. Oh no.
And I didn't hear anything about 9.
Yeah.
happened in number 8.
Because they set up 8 so badly.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Carrie Fisher, she
And
flew,
they,
didn't she?
gutted, like,
Princess
John
Leia
Boyega
flew through
characters,
space.
right? Yeah.
What?
They're like gutted
I thought you were
John
going to say,
Boyega's
oh, yeah,
character.
Carrie Fisher, she had passed away, didn't she?
I was like, what?
Princess Leia, I forgot the character's name.
Yeah.
Flew through space. It was a bit
Yeah.
weird, and there
And
was a lot of
then-
moments.
and
she just-
then
well,
they
in
had the
a
point
spaceship
where
or-
oh, the worst
the spaceship went to light speed and just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fucking kamikazed its way through another like
do you
Death
like it
Star
when
or
they,
something.
like-
it wasn't a Death Star. I don't know what the name of the ship is.
Mega
Destroyer.
Death Star.
I could feel like the Star Wars fan just like perk up when I said Death Star there.
But the worst bit was the opening 5 minutes. I knew it was fucked
Yeah.
because there's a scene. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a your mum joke in it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. There's like the main villain's there, and he's like, "Destroy the planet," and this guy's like, "Got a message for your mum." And I'm not even fucking making this up. Go and watch it. And I was
Wait,
like,
is that
no.
episode 7?
They tried to get that Marvel-esque humor and shove it in Star
yeah.
Wars, and it just ruined everything.
So it's fucking, it's those
They've got a
insipid
message.
one-liners.
And it's
Yeah.
like, I've got a message for your mum. And I'm not even making this up. I could have written that in the script. And it's just so bad. Oh!
What do you think about them using actors that are like, that have passed away and they're just like putting them in the films?
As long as it's done tastefully, I don't
Yeah.
mind it.
Something weird about it though, isn't there?
I mean, when you die, I'm going to use you in a
There's something
CGI Sea Dog.
Even if they're like, yeah, keep using me, I think it is just strange that you're.
I mean, I feel like it depends on the manner that it's done.
Yeah.
Right? I
Yeah.
mean, there's a difference between putting a beloved character in their beloved franchise
Yeah.
again as like a cameo or something, and then there's using a dead man's Twitter to promote an NFT.
Oh, my God.
no.
So that's you know it's
It's like, I just feel like Disney is not the company you want being in charge of when dead people can keep being in films.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Disney's going to be like, no, Harrison Ford hasn't died yet. He's going to keep
Still alive and well, look at him.
We have a signed note that says he wants to keep being in Star Wars infinitely.
It's got a signature on it.
We have the estate of Harrison Ford agreeing that we want him being Han Solo for life.
You can tell immediately though when it's done in like a milking manner though, and like
I
you
don't know.
fans are immediately. I think I feel most fans immediately can recognize. They're
just-
like, yeah, that's it.
It
That's
worked in Rogue One, I think, with
Yeah.
Grand Moff Tarkin and Princess Leia. For
I
the
just
very
don't want it
brief
to become
moment.
like a common thing that is like used very often.
Yeah.
I just feel like it will get a little weird.
When have you seen it and thought, no, this is not good?
It's not that I've seen it and it's not good. I'm like, oh no, people are going to take this too
Right,
far at some point. Like, just make a whole film with a man who's dead because their estate said sure. And it's like,
It will happen.
I know it will.
Quite
That's-
soon.
That's why it's kind of.
I mean, the music industry is already fucking there. Like with like all these fucking posthumous albums that are just horrible.
How would you feel though? Like 10, 15 years if you die, and then the Connor
Only 10, 15.
Well, I don't know. his cholesterol's pretty bad, as we've seen. And the Connor estate's like, we want to keep Connor's.
I don't know.
Connor would have loved to have been in more videos in Crane Games.
Something
CGI
sad.
him in.
There's something sad about art when you just have to bring people back from the dead to keep making it. You know what I mean? Like, there's something like, why can't we just
Get
Make
new
something
talent.
new.
have art just continue to blossom with new generations?
How I felt about the
Why?
Matrix 4. But
But obviously, it's when corporations know that they can keep, because they're already trying to rehash as much as they can. The last thing I want is that they can get the rights to people's likeness and then just start reproducing films with them.
But then I don't think that will be commercially successful. I think if someone does like go all the way, then no one's going to fucking watch it, right?
Or they'll be just ridiculed off.
I feel like
the
boomers
industry,
have said
right?
that about so many things in our life, and here we are, and I don't know. I feel I don't know.
I would like to grasp hope and think that
I wanna
Glass-
hope.
grasp at the hope that maybe people have a
I
sense.
agree in
of,
some ways,
Yeah.
but then NFTs exist, and clearly
that's true.
there's not enough hope.
Yeah, you're
With
right.
a lot of
Yeah.
people.
We are living in a
you're
dystopian
correct
future.
in that sense.
Well, I
once
mean, yeah, look
everyone becomes NFT bros, that's
I mean,
it.
yeah, look
That's
what
it
they
for
did
the
to
world.
fucking Stan Lee. They like, what was
Yeah.
there? What was there?
I couldn't. I thought it was a parody account at
who
first.
posted it on his account? His family or something? Or?
Or
So
someone.
if
Someone who had
you
access. I
go
guess.
back into their into Stanley's Twitter, this isn't the first thing that Twitter account has promoted. So obviously someone got him to sign some fucking documents before he passed away,
Right.
just giving them rights to basically
Yeah,
everything.
because you can control someone's estate.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you can be in control of everything, basically.
Yeah.
And it's pretty.
yeah,
It's pretty fucked.
Dystopian.
it's pretty fucked.
Bleak.
You know, what's next? Like Stanley, like deep fakes, where he where he promotes like the newest crypto coin or something.
Where he's at your local con. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it is getting very very Black Mirror-esque, you know. This is this is some shit you'd see in a Black Mirror episode, except it's unfortunately happening in real life.
I mean, I think in our lifetime there'll be technology where they could go through every video we've made and create an avatar, digital avatar of us that looks and sounds like us, has the same.
Deepfakes.
Yeah, but like
already
actually
have
a
that.
full AI sort of synthesized version of, say, Connor, right? Say you sent AI to watch every Sea Dog Viego video, God forbid, and listen to all the podcasts. You can get his voice, you can get his mannerisms, his personality, and create a sort of AI Sea Dog.
Have you not heard the Garn AI voice?
What? It exists already.
I haven't even heard that before.
You haven't heard it?
No, no.
Oh my
God, we're already there. 20 years ahead of schedule.
The future is now, Chris. The future is now.
That's the title of the podcast episode. The future is now. We're all
There we
fucked.
go.
Chris thought he was, making a
Futurist.
a futuristic like view. All he was just making a segue.
God damn it.
What do you want Garn to say?
I love Chris Broad.
Oh God, don't do
Let me
that.
just sign up. I have to fucking
You have to
sign
sign
up.
up. Oh,
What is this website then?
I don't know what the ethical requirements are to use Garn's voice and
Did you
synthesize
give
it.
permission for this?
I did not give
Oh
permission.
my God. Dark
Well,
as
I mean,
fuck.
we have this hours and hours and hours of audio from us.
Wait, are you guys on there?
No, I'm not.
Why am I on there?
Wait, am I on there?
No.
Oh, okay.
Wait, why specifically me?
Pretty worrying.
You have the least amount of videos out of all three of us.
We've all talked an equal amount on Trash Days.
Yeah.
What's going
So
on?
if we murder Gant now, we can have Gant on the phone instead.
Isn't that
Just
depressing?
in front of the mic.
It's
Just
like,
put up a
it's
cardboard
no,
cutout of
no,
Garn.
Trash Taste is continuing.
Yeah.
It's like, no. It's
There
like,
he is.
A blow up doll with just a phone strapped to it with Gant's face on it.
That's terrifying, isn't it?
the year is 2030. All of Trash Taste episodes are now auto-generated.
You like bone-in shits? What the fuck?
Bidet.
Yeah, because like for one of my videos, I made like a AI system that could auto-generate some anime and light novel titles, and it got to
Pretty
a point
spot
where
It's scarily accurate.
these boys couldn't tell the difference.
Like Psycho
And-
Pass.
huh?
Something like that, right?
Something like that, yeah. And now they've released like newer updated AI that can not only make titles but actually write a full-on like writing prompt, like start like write a first chapter of a story. It's all getting like pretty insane.
Jesus.
And
I'm trying to get it working.
Where's this voice?
I have to
I
fucking
promise.
sign up. Jesus Christ.
Why God? Why only God?
Are you offended that you're not on it, Joe?
No, I'm just wondering who else is on there?
Why not me?
All I wonder, who else is on there?
There's quite a lot of YouTubers on here.
Really?
I'm
Yeah.
not there.
You've made it, God.
Brilliant.
I don't have to.
You're AI now.
I don't have to record an anime review again in my life. I can just
No. So, mate,
The Gaunt AI can link up with the
Okay.
script AI
Fine.
and just make a video.
exactly right.
Okay. Let's put this on.
Just do a phone call to Sydney and see if she can just determine the difference.
Hold on. It's synthesizing.
Okay. Synthesizing.
No, I can't show you what I typed.
Okay.
Oh God.
Connor's like, it's a program I wrote.
There we go. It's made it. There we go.
All right.
I love Chris Broad in a man.
Wait, what did you say?
I heard what he said.
What did he say?
That doesn't need to be repeated.
I love Chris Broad in a man.
I love Chris
pizza
Abroad. I love Chris Abroad in a man. Creed.
Oh, I love Chris abroad in
I'm
Japan.
subscribing. The first, when he says "I love Chris," that bit sounded gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
Chris.
and then it went like,
yeah.
you'd
I
call
love Chris Broad in a man.
A brown and a man.
I hear I love Chris a bread and a man.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That is
It's,
interesting.
I think the future's luckily a bit further away than
Yeah.
I thought. So that's good.
Well, it also depends on how much reference they have, because they have like a SpongeBob voice that I swear to God is like 100% accurate.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
They have chills as well, and it's really spot on.
Oh.
Your favorite.
Not overly hard, is it?
Number 10, Burger King foot lettuce.
The last thing you want in your Burger King burger.
They went too far. Fucking hell.
I hope I'm back on that channel.
One day
again.
we'll have to do something scary.
It's the biggest honor when Chill says your YouTube channel.
I think
name.
that fucking shipyard we went to is scary enough.
Shipyard.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Shipyard, innit?
It was shipyard.
There's a branch touched Connor's leg and he's like, it's a snake, I swear! And he like runs off.
Something ran over my leg.
You can watch the video, slow it down, you see it's a twig. And he's like, oh god, there's a snake or something.
You can't see it's a fucking twig.
It's
You're
a
even
twig,
pointing
mate.
at my
It's a
foot.
twig, mate. It's a twig.
Chris just wants me to be a little bitch.
And then there was a spider who was, oh god, we're gonna die! There's a
That spider
spider.
was big.
Spider.
That spider was big.
Awful.
Spider was big.
Were you allowed to film there?
Well, it's kind of like public accessible. It's just, you just walk through, yeah.
There's no sign that says no.
You know, if there's a no entry sign, you always
There's a lot
obey
of them
that.
that say no entry.
Right,
Don't go in there. You know, we did actually go to one that was like no entry. We avoided
we
it. Yeah.
didn't go in there.
So be careful with
It
hiking.
says don't enter, but it doesn't say don't film. that's the pachinko loophole, right?
I figured if there's no sign saying you can't go in and it's publicly accessible, I mean...
Yeah.
There was no wall or anything. We didn't like climb a fence.
No,
or
it was
anything
literally
like
just like you're on a road.
Mhm.
You just there's like a patch of grass. You just walk into the grass and you're there.
that. Yeah.
So Chris, it's been a good year for you. You'd say
Somebody
made a lot of videos.
Well, somebody sent me a message being like, on the Trash Taste podcast at the start of the year, your like New Year's resolution was to do something crazy and wacky, and you got the studio and you met Ken Watanabe.
Yeah.
So it kind of
That's
did.
pretty crazy and
I'm
wacky.
pretty happy with how the year's
And you
gone.
had
You
Wacky
literally
weekend.
made wacky weekends, I was going to say.
Yeah.
I thought that's what you
Yeah,
were
have it
leading
in the
to.
name.
I was like, wow, I got left to hung and dry there.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, when you're doing something with Gant, and so
True.
that's
When-
my
when are we
like
doing something, Chris?
2022.
New Year's
2022, man.
resolution,
2022.
2022.
Yeah.
I want to do a 6-part travel series with Gant called Taken for Ganted.
Have you been like writing these jokes and just writing them all down?
I'm just a genius. and I want
prepared
to.
that 3 months ago.
You've been waiting to say that.
I
I
want
can tell.
to abuse Gant through physical activity. I want to like climb Krakatoa with Gant. I want to go to
Krakatoa.
like just do the crazy
Fucking
like
Chris
physical shit.
abusing my body, taking me to Wankasoba.
He's got the video demonetized.
It's awful.
Wanker sober.
Oh, what
That's
horrible.
that doesn't sound like a dish. It sounds like something you do every night. Like,
What
I
an
mean,
awful experience.
Is that how it's pronounced, or is that just how Connor's pronouncing
it's
it?
not. It's just
Wanker.
him butchering the
Wanker soba.
language.
Wank. There's still wank in there. It's
soba.
wank. It is wank.
Because we went to a bar with Jan the other day, and he goes,
Yeah.
"Chris just made me eat wank sober," and I'm just like, "What shit sober? What's going
It
on?"
was shit. No, it's alright. It was
He
pretty
loved
good.
it. He loved it.
It was good. There's just too much. But I was like, why do I have to ruin my body for your fucking channel, Chris? How about you ruin my body for my channel?
Yeah, I did. You
Oh,
put
yeah.
me on a
He-
stupid
he
ferry.
ruined his mind for you.
Yeah.
Getting
Yeah.
Curious
On the-
George.
Yeah, on the crane game.
Curious George, PTSD, high blood pressure, and then like they did a ferry. He was like, "Oh, there's a ferry. It's really good. Be on a ferry, shit." I got really seasick, and I had to like lie down the entire shoot. Otherwise, if I stood up, I was like, "Blah."
He
was
he was in
awful.
a horrible mood.
At least my videos, they're like fun.
Oh yeah. Going to an abandoned shipyard at 1 a.m. freezing cold.
Who wouldn't want to do that?
That sounds
Would you?
fun.
Do you want to go to the abandoned shipyard?
Fuck yeah, that sounds
There you
like
go.
a
Yeah,
great
super
time.
fun.
Take it for granted. Coming soon.
How long did it take you to think of the name Wacky Weekends? Where'd that come
That was
from?
like the-
Where'd
that
that
was
come
like
I
the
from?
said
name.
it as a joke. I was like,
We
let's
couldn't
do,
think of a better one.
we do something like wacky on a weekend.
Probably around the
Wacky
same
weekend.
amount of time as it took the Anime Man to be formed. As in 5 seconds.
Nothing else worked though. That was snappy.
Yeah. Wonder Weekend.
Chris-
Wicked Weekend.
Chris and Connor.
I think Wacky Weekend.
The
kinda
Chris and
works.
Connor Show.
Chris and Connor abroad in Japan.
Yeah, Chris nearly fucking killed me on the bridge as well. That bridge was so
the road
dangerous. That was actually so dangerous.
Yeah, it was pretty
Fun.
That was pretty ropey.
This poor kid nearly died on that bridge.
Went to the worst hotel in Japan. I
Oh
still
my
actually,
God.
I think that is the worst thing I've done this year. I've
That
done a
was
lot of horrible
horrible.
shit, but like the Cessna over an active volcano. But like this
Cessna was
hotel
fun,
room we
though.
went to, I still can't get the smell of that room out my head. And like,
I wish you were there because you should have seen like the 3 hours of Chris just being like, we've got to stay, haven't we? And I'm like, no.
if you watch the video, you can see our eyes go red over the period of the shoot because
It's
the air's
awful.
just filled with like
Mold.
48
There's
kinds of
mold
mold.
everywhere.
Yeah. Oh,
And
okay.
you're
Blood.
asthmatic like me, right?
Yeah.
I'm amazed I made it out of that room alive. I was like,
We were
Towards the
filming,
end.
right? And I was like, obviously we'd already paid for the room, but it was such a state where I was like, would you get another cheap hotel that isn't bad?
Yeah.
Because why stay here?
Yeah.
And Chris was just like, I think we should stay here. I'm like, for what reason, Chris?
even
content.
though I was dying, there's something still awkward about going down to a hotel
Yeah.
desk after 2 hours and be like, oh, we got to go now, bye.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's not that Chris was worried about the content. We'd already got the content. We filmed the room. Chris was like, he just didn't want to go and confront the staff that we were checking out.
All right.
And I was like, I'll fucking do it. He's like, no, we can't do that. It's rude.
British,
It's rude.
man of honour.
It's rude. And I was
British
like,
people.
And I'm like, all their clientele here are checking out after 1 hour. Why do you think that is?
That's true.
People were coming and going.
What I discovered that
Literally.
night, we did, we
Sure, it
essentially
was
checked
gold
out.
that was in the air.
Oh, there was blood on the wall as well.
Oh, God.
There was blood on the wall.
They're under the
one
bed, right?
giant blood stain on his mattress.
They hadn't hoovered under the bed; they just hoovered around the bed. And if you lifted the bed in the video, it's shit.
Massive
Oh,
piles
my
of
God.
dust. Massive layers. Like
How is
black
it still
layers.
in operation?
I think I
So
dunno.
it's a money laundering or something, I think. But we and then we tried to check into another hotel, and in Japan we discovered that it's really hard to check into a hotel past sort of 11,
The
12
Armagh
p.m.
hotels.
Yeah.
And the staff are really angry at this nice hotel we tried to get in. They were like, "What do you want?" We're like, "A room." And they're like, "No, we can't do it." And then they were just like being really dicks about it.
Yeah, we were like, can we have a room with 2 beds? And they were like, no, we don't have one. And then we were like, how about 2 rooms with 1 bed? And they were like, okay.
That's yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like, all right, well, I guess we won't pay you then. I guess it was really strange. I understand it's probably an inconvenience, but what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I mean, you're in the service industry.
yeah.
Literally.
yeah.
The person
It's quite
at
weird for
the,
Japan, really.
the person at the
yeah.
1-star hotel was more affable than the people at the 4-star hotel, and that's the irony.
Well,
of it.
I
The
think they
person was
were-
actually quite nice at
I
the
think they
shit
were
hotel.
affable because they were like, oh my God, people are actually staying here.
Oh my God, money.
What the fuck?
A customer.
It was in a really sketchy area as well.
Yeah,
It was very seedy.
Well,
Yeah.
you don't have a hotel like that in a fucking uptown area, do you?
Yeah. God, it's so hard to talk about this without sounding like a fucking snob, but it was really just awful. It was so bad.
Well, I mean, it's the worst hotel, right? Of
Yeah.
course, you're not
It
going to
was
be
like-
like, yeah, it was lovely. It was a common.
it was the
There's
worst
always
hotel I've
someone like
slept
that in the comments, though. It's like, you got a roof over your head? It's more than most. And it's like, fuck off, mate. This roof over my head's going to kill me in 1 hour. Fuck off. Like,
in. It's the first time I've been in a hotel room and actively like worried about my physical health. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's quite a weird sensation to pay
Googling,
for
I was
that.
Googling, like, how many types of mold are there? And I was like going around the room spotting each
It's
one
like-
of them.
If there's mold in the room, you should probably leave as soon as possible. But the kicker was like when Connor pulled the blanket back and there was just a big patch of blood on my bed. And I was like, oh, it's time to go. Like you can't sleep in a pool of
It
blood.
looked like either somebody was stabbed and they were bleeding on the bed, or
Or someone missed the time of month.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it looked like that.
Yikes.
It was,
Either way, no
That
thank
is-
you.
that is, yeah, that I would also get out.
Take it for granted. Are you ready?
Did I find that hotel? Did I find that hotel? Or did you find it?
Huh?
Did I find that hotel or did you find it?
I can't remember. I know.
So I remember I found
Tried
a
to
ton
wipe
of
it
other
from my
ones
head like
around,
a neuralizer
yeah.
from Men in Black. I want it out. The only evidence is that video. I
Yeah.
don't want to remember that.
'Cause we found a ton of hotels in Shikoku that looked really bad.
Bleak.
Really, really rough hotels.
But
Because I think no one stays there.
No.
I want to see some Trash Day specials next year where you guys go in those sort of places.
Why those places? we
Why
we
those?
got
Well,
to
yeah.
do exciting things.
Yeah.
Yes, come on.
People want to see torture.
When
Pain.
you
There's more interesting ways
Trash
to do
Taste
talk.
Guantanamo edition. Torture. Really.
Oh,
The loser
I'll
gets
watch that.
waterboarded in this challenge.
I'd love to watch. I had a massage recently at a hotel, and I don't know.
What a segue.
There is a segue. This is a segue, right? And it was like my birthday earlier this year, and I went for a massage. You said waterboarded, right? They put a tea. They put a tea towel over my face. They put a tea towel over my face, then covered me in tea. And it was like, this is waterboarding, isn't it?
Numbers, what do they mean, Chris?
They like this towel on my face, and there's like liquid pouring down. I'm like, oh. And she was like, "Tanoshi." I'm like, oh.
The room number. What's the room number?
It's horrific.
Oh my God.
Just be careful when you get a massage in Japan.
what kind of massage was
Oh
this?
God,
It was a tea. It was a tea massage.
Tea massage.
They cover you in
massage.
blankets, then just pour tea over you.
I had the
And I
most-
was like, oh, therapy, innit?
Literally been turned into a tea
It was
bag.
fucking
I
awful.
had the most awkward massage experience ever. It was I just went go to, and it was like included in the hotel. And I thought, oh, why not? I've never gone for a massage before. Okay, why not?
Yeah.
What could go wrong? So I'm face down on this massage table. It's already quite awkward. She's really like sheepish about everything, and struggling to like explain to
no.
me to take off my shirt and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, got it. I lie down and I'm like chilling, and then I hear like she's just like she's preparing like oils and stuff, and then just smashing like glass breaking, and then I'm like awkwardly like, what's going on? And then she's trying to like stealthily pick up this glass as if she hadn't broke it, like I hadn't realized.
Right.
And I can just hear her like every now and then. I can just hear a little like, ding. And I'm just like, it's okay, just get the fucking broom out. It's already too late. Just, like,
I thought you were going to say you got a glass massage or something.
I was like, shatters a bottle
Doesn't
over your
seem
head.
outside the realms of possibility, given what I
it's
experienced.
just so awkward. It's just like 40 minutes of this poor woman trying to pick up this this glass, and I was just like, just go at it. I don't give a shit. It's already, the ambiance already ruined.
You want a massage in Japan, girl?
I am not a fan of massages at all. But that's because like I'm used to Thai massages where
right.
it's like just like beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. That was my first time, and I don't think I want another one.
Yeah.
Okay. Massage.
I don't mind massages, but I'm usually not that stiff. So I don't really need a massage.
Poor Aki.
You know, we're trying to talk it out. Maybe I do need a massage. I need a different kind of massage.
Oh, good God. Crude anime man.
When you get your hair cut here, sometimes they just start massaging you. It's really fucking weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's okay. I didn't pay for that. I don't-
I'm like, because I'm like 10 in my head, I laugh. They're like, and I'm like, I'm like, and the guy's like, Dojo. I'm like, yeah. Because I'm like 10 in my head. I don't know, it's weird. I just find, I laugh at that when they massage me in the haircut.
Japanese service like beyond extra. It's like you do not need a massage when you're getting your hair cut.
Yeah.
But it's just
The weirdest ones is when they're like shampooing you and then they start massaging your head.
Yeah.
I
Have you ever
love
got
I actually
those?
like
I
that.
love
though.
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I got Natsuki did that to me once. And I just felt really uncomfortable because Natsuki has a beauty salon, right? And I was like, Natsuki, this is a bit weird. And he's like,
because you don't see him as the kind of guy who's stroking your head.
Hello.
he's good at it though. He's good at stroking one's head. Yes.
I think the weirdest place I got a massage was I was staying in this like high class hotel in Thailand, and of course they want to make it seem like they have service people everywhere. So of course in some hotels they have people in the toilet to hand out towels,
Oh, no.
right? To hand out towels
Yeah.
and just freshen up if you need to freshen up. So I'm going to this toilet and the guy asked me if I want a towel, and I say no, it's okay. So I go up and go to the urinal, and I hear some footsteps. I was like, what's going on? Is there someone else about? And then I feel two hands on my shoulder midstream as I'm pissing, and I'm just like, and it's just like the most awkward piss I've had in my life.
Oh my
Where
God.
I'm like it's at this point it's just like it's like I'm like struggling to get it out now because I have someone
Stage fright.
massaging my shoulders as I'm like trying to piss in this urinal, right?
Man, he must have saw how stiff you are.
It's like, oh, you're a bit stiff there, buddy.
And so we finish, and I go up to the sink to wash my hands, and I look at him, and he's expecting a tip from that.
Oh
And
my
I'm
God.
just like,
Which one? Which one?
I think you already gave him a tip.
It's probably the most awkward tip I've given in my life because I'm just like, I really don't want to give you this tip, but
I can just imagine you just like slowly turning around. It's just like the JoJo like behind the shoulder.
That's horrific. I think I'd rather have waterboarding with tea than have like urinal piss massage. That's awful.
That must be on the top 10 list of places you don't want to be massaged. Pissing in a urinal. That's got to be up there. That's got to be up there.
Abandoned shipyard.
I already don't like it when people talk to me when I'm standing in front of a urinal, let alone getting massaged. Christ.
Wow.
Any other places you've been massaged, Chris?
I think that's it. Yeah. Let's never speak of massages again.
By the way, congrats on getting verified. By the way, I don't think you were verified last time.
By the way, that's like beyond getting a studio, beyond Ken Watanabe.
Yeah.
Twitter
No,
verified.
you got Twitter verified.
You got it.
That was a real gold star.
You got verified before Trash Taste.
Yes.
Yeah. So you technically won the bet.
It
whatever
turned
bet that
out
was.
I'd been inputting it wrong the entire time.
I fucking knew it.
Right,
Why?
you're supposed to be like, "Are you an influencer?" Yes, blah blah. Born in Japan.
How
I was
were you
like,
applying?
film directing. Yeah. I was like, "Are you Quentin Tarantino?" Yeah, and like I'd been doing it wrong, and I did it right the one time. It was like done in like 1 minute.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Film director.
Film director.
Got a bit too big for my boots. I wasn't very affable.
Did they ask you to like submit an IMDb or something? How do they define that?
It was like something like that, yeah, and I was just doing it
So
wrong.
I made Nasty the
Doing a
movie.
dick. Yeah.
That's a movie.
How you gonna have
Unverified.
wacky weekends? That's on the same level as Spielberg.
But I've been doing it wrong, so I was glad. I was happy.
What was the highlight of your year, Chris?
Oh fuck, I don't know. There's lots of cool things.
Yeah.
What's
was
the Too Much Volcano? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Right.
we talked about that last
Top
episode.
14 iTunes hit.
Yeah.
Probably that, and then
Why
like
did you say top 14? Just say it was 14th, Chris.
top 14.
Top
iTunes.
14.
No one, just say top 15.
How much did it make? It made a whopping. How much do you think it made?
Top 14, $20,000?
How much do you think it made? I'll tell you how much it made.
Yeah, I already know.
$15,000.
It made $2,000. We split it 3 ways.
Let's go,
And,
music industry
yeah.
hype.
And so
that's-
much a top 14
Yep.
iTunes song
Yep.
mix.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like
God, no wonder everyone went
$2,500.
to Tidal, eh?
Yeah,
Is that how you found the budget to build your new studio?
that is it. That's the
Yeah.
money. The money went towards that. And
He said he would split it, but we never saw the money.
I gave you a trip to Hokkaido.
He invited me to the studio. He was like, here's all the Too Much Volcano money right here. Thank you.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's been a good year. Like
Could've got
the
an
studio's good, and
Yeah.
the Ken Watanabe thing. Like they're supposed to get the Ken Watanabe documentary out in December, but it's just really hard to edit it. I'm really like embarrassed watching it back because I
Why?
completely crumbled as an interviewer. I was going to try and speak Japanese to him,
Yeah.
and then my mind just went because it's just weird. You're sitting here, there's Ken Watanabe. He's got a coffee. I've got a coffee. I'm like, so then Ken, oh my god! And I didn't sleep the night before I met him. I didn't sleep at all.
Because you're nervous?
Yeah, I was fucking nervous.
Well, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
blame
I was
you.
like Ken Watanabe.
I think
was-
anyone would be.
I was nervous as hell, and I didn't sleep at all. And so I was like, Ken, that's just rubbish. My performance, I wasn't happy with
Did you
it.
say you were starstruck?
It was a little bit, but not. He's he's just a normal guy. He was in Last Samurai and Inception. And
Just a normal dude in Last Samurai.
He's a normal guy, and also like the best actor in Japan, but like a normal guy. But it was just weird. It's just so trippy. I was just sitting there with Ken Watanabe. It was really weird.
I just
I
like how
don't-
you just call him a normal guy in
All
Last
right, he's
Samurai.
not a normal guy. He's
There's
like
that other normal guy
the
called Tom.
only Oscar-nominated Japanese actor.
That Tom guy's a pretty normal
Yeah.
guy as well,
How's
apparently.
Tom, but he was a nice bloke. Nice bloke.
I mean, I don't blame you. I think anyone would be fucking
I think
starstruck.
he spoiled Inception for me though. Told me
You
that
told me about this.
he was like,
Yeah, you haven't
He's
seen
like, oh,
Inception?
well, yeah, I've seen it. You know,
Okay.
there's the spinner that keeps on going.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It's up for interpretation, the endings.
And
Oh,
he's like, oh, it just keeps on spinning.
Yeah.
Like he's in a dream world. I was like, Ken, you've just ruined Inception for me.
No, he's in the real world. Michael Caine actually ruined it, I think, because I believe that.
He's in the. Ken said he was in the fake world, and he was like, it was in the script, but it was
What's real?
It was like in the script or something.
No, I think they
But they
actually
didn't show
broke
it in
it.
the film.
I think they actually broke it down for like I think Leonardo DiCaprio wears a ring or something in the real world, or like that's how you distinguish between the dream world and the real world. I think he wears a ring, or there's a piece of item on him that makes it distinguish between the real world and the dream world. And in the last scene, he is in the real world.
Would it be a large stretch to say that both Michael Caine and Ken Watanabe may possibly be speculating?
It's possible, but I
Maybe
think
give
Ken
different
was pretty
spoilers to
adamant.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty adamant.
yeah, maybe they like planned it all
Maybe
out to be
it's
like,
just-
I'll say it's real,
As
you
much
say
as-
it's fake.
As much as that is compelling, I think if he said it's in the script that it said that, I'm pretty
I
inclined to...
I don't think it was in the script. I think Nolan told them individually. So maybe he just told them different
What I
things.
did know,
Yeah, maybe. He was like, it's real. No,
in
it's
the
actually
documentary, in the documentary I did at the end, I want to be like, I had this scene where I'm like, Ken, I want to have like a spinner and pretend like I don't know if I'm in the real world or not because I'm interviewing Ken Watanabe or something. And apparently he was like, yeah, sure. And he was really good at the spinner. And he said in Inception, every time they needed like a spinner, he would just come out and be the one that did it because he was like the best, like spinning it. So little facts about Ken Watanabe there.
Ah,
He's great at spinning.
Spinning man.
been in the last samurai spinning. Guy.
Normal spinning man in the Last
That's what
Samurai.
makes him normal, right?
He can spin shit.
I was intimidated until he got his spinner out and I started spinning it.
It's like, oh, well, thank God, you're just a normal guy.
And then you crumble in front of the spinner.
Oh man, yeah, it was bad.
I guess because in Japanese culture they have like the koma. Right?
They do.
I think
Yeah.
you're very
It's like the
harsh on
spinners.
yourself as well.
I'm pretty harsh on myself.
Yeah,
It's quite a serious documentary. You know,
Yeah.
hasn't come out yet.
I
but-
didn't see it for myself if it's actually crumbly Chris or if it's just like
Well,
you being harsh on yourself.
I'm gonna like use CGI to like make me look good and be like the best.
Oh, we need
presenter.
a Chris.
We need a
voice.
Chris AI.
Voice synthesizer.
Well, hello there, Ken. How are you doing? And have like some weird synthesized version of it. But like, I'm
auto-tune
still
yourself.
editing it and to make me look good and not shit.
Because you
That's
filmed
what
that.
we normally do in editing.
Yeah.
You filmed that like a couple of months ago, right?
Yeah.
Filmed it in like October and November.
Yeah.
I met him twice. Yeah,
How long is it going to be?
25 minutes maybe.
Ah,
And it might be out by the time this episode's out. Maybe.
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 It's got to get very but
Maybe.
it was good. I went for dinner with him, and you know, lots of people, and like this man at this restaurant just came up to him. And Ken, the whole premise of the documentary is he's like worked to help sort of recover this town called Kesanuma that got
Yeah.
like, destroyed by the tsunami, and
right.
he's got like a cafe there, and he's done a lot of great stuff for it. But like, we're just out for dinner, and like this man just comes up and he's like, "Oh, Ken-san, thank you for the." I don't know why it's funny. He's like, "Thank you for the trumpets." Like, it turned out Ken had really generously like donated like 1,000 trumpets to the town.
1,000. There's probably more kids than are in the town. There's not
I think
1,000.
it might be
Why trumpets?
because he plays the trumpet. He was like, "Get everyone a trumpet." So it just and like this man just comes over.
I like trumpets.
I
And he's
feel
like,
like you've misremembered this story.
no, he's like, "Ken, thank
Get
you,
yourself a trumpet,
Thank you.
everyone. Get yourself a trumpet.
Why? Because I like trumpets.
thank you for the trumpets. Thank you for the trumpets, Ken." And he's like, "Don't worry about the trumpets. I got you." What are you going to do for the people of Wales?
I just have this like
Get them all the grains.
I just have this image of Ken Watanabe going to this village which has been like decimated by the tsunami, and he just goes, "You know what you need? Here's 1,000 trumpets.
You need a trumpet.
to help the restoration efforts." You know.
But he's done an incredible job there, to be fair. And,
excited to see the
and I think
documentary.
that's really nice. Like he's, you know, a lot of celebrities they get involved just for the sake of it, for PR. But he's actually befriended everyone there, and it's a
God,
really
man and
powerful
Last
story.
Samurai, top spinner, trumpet dealer. What isn't he?
Yeah. When are you donating
Yeah, what are you doing for Wales?
1,000 shitty cosplays to
What would you donate
your
to the
village
people?
in
The people of Anglesey.
Sausage rolls for everyone.
1,000 sausage rolls.
1,000,000 sausage
Thank you
rolls.
for the sausage rolls, Con.
They'll come up to me. They'll be like, "Thank you, Connor, for feeding my children." In front of Chris, I'll pay someone to come up and do it. When I'm in Wales, I'll organise it. Someone to come
Just
up.
get the entire town to like be in it.
keep coming up to me. and be like,
God.
"Thank you, Connor. Thank you." And Chris will be like, "What's that about? Don't worry about it."
What would you donate, Chris?
What would I donate?
Yeah.
Very much chicken, probably. Bucket of chicken.
That's probably why there's a shortage right now.
Chicken buckets for everyone.
Cholesterol of Kent is going to go through the roof.
Yeah, I don't know.
I gotta piss.
All right.
This episode is sponsored by Boxu.
Do you know what time of year it is? It's time for some loving. Valentine's Day is upon us. And do you know what will please your beloved partner this Valentine?
My undivided attention and maybe a box of chocolates.
No!
I'm so offended that you would even insist that it's not Boxu because it is Boxu.
Boxu makes such a perfect and memorable gift for anyone in your life who appreciates Japanese snacks and culture, especially during a time where people aren't able to travel as easily as they would like. Because this season, we got a couple of sweet and delicious treats for you to try out.
Make your beloved ones as happy as a plum. This Valentine's Day with these homemade umesake candies. This candy is flavored with plum sake for an elegant, sweet treat.
Next, we have the Tsukisemu Anpan chocolate. Here's a fun fact, gentlemen. Anpan is a sweet roll that's filled with bean paste. This Anpan gets an upgrade with the addition of rich chocolate.
And lastly, we have these Hokoko purple yams. This purplicious pastry is called manju, and the bun is made with pie crust, and the filling gets an extra dose of flavor and color from these mildly sweet purple yams.
What I'm talking about.
Get all of these lovely treats with Boxu and use our code TRASHTASTE10 and the link in the description to get 10% off your subscription. What are you waiting for? Get yourself and your special loved one a Boxu box this Valentine's Day.
Back to the show.
While Joey was away for a piss, Chris revealed that he also doesn't know the difference between a trumpet or a trombone.
I mean, I know the difference. I just can't remember if it was a trumpet or a trombone.
Because Ken could have donated
Trombone.
1,000 trombones to the village, and Chris can't actually remember.
You have to watch the documentary Out Abroad Japan to find the mystery will be
How
solved.
do you not know the difference?
I just can't remember what it was.
The long one is the trombone.
Yeah, we all know that.
Gant doesn't know that.
We all know the trombone, trumpet.
Yeah, we all know the difference.
Affable. Affable.
Brass
When all
instrument.
else fails, just say you're affable.
Affable, say affable.
Did you get a free subscription to the Japan Times with your article?
No.
How are you going to read it?
That's the problem, isn't it? You can read the article. You have to just sign up. It's free.
I tried reading it, and I was like, I'm not signing up.
You're
to
not
read
worth
this
it.
article.
Don't want you reading it. Don't you read my article?
I want to hear about this so-called affable man I've yet to meet.
The affable Chris mused as he leaned back on his ramen shop.
So apple. Oh my fucking god.
But it's been a good year, isn't it?
Yeah. What I want to know is why do you feel like you had to one up our studio and build your own, Chris?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll admit, when I came here, I was like, I want a space now. I've always wanted a space.
This is what made you do it, then?
Yeah, I was like, I've got to one up those bastards. There might be 3 of them in a team of 48 people. Well, I'm going to one up them by myself in a room with a massively expensive set. Brilliant.
I think you did one up us though.
You
to be
definitely
fair.
did.
Yeah.
Well, PewDiePie called me a son of a bitch because he was jealous. Someone sent me a clip and PewDiePie's like, motherfucking abroad in Japan, the studio's great. I was pretty happy about that. I was pretty smug about that. I was quite happy. No, like, I certainly when I came here, I was like, I don't know why I haven't got a space yet. I've always put like unnecessary shit on myself, like not literally. Shut up! I hate sitting like across from him because his eye line's always fucking there. But like
He's always finding a weak spot.
like, I edited all Abroad in Japan videos by myself on a MacBook up until last year. I didn't even use a desktop with a screen.
That sounds.
I literally torture
horrible.
myself doing Abroad in Japan.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Do you even have 2 screens?
No, it's the MacBook. So I only got an iMac like last year and a proper screen to edit on, and it's sort of almost 10 years in now. It makes sense to have a space.
Yeah.
And honestly, the most I've used it for is just having meetings with people and people come over. It's better than just like, oh, come on over to my apartment. Watch out for the sock drawer and the used Family Mart wrappers. Like, watch out. Like, it's nice to have a space where I can actually sit and just create and do things.
I guess to be fair though, like 80% of your content is also outside as well.
Yeah.
So.
But that was because I had no space to film it. Like,
Right,
Abroad in Japan
right.
was born just me in an apartment complaining about how much I hate myself.
we had the 12 days of Christmas.
Christmas. It's clever, isn't it?
That
What are you
went well.
sniggering at my clever title?
Yeah, it's so clever.
Really clever, isn't it?
Really clever that
Really
you came
clever.
up that there was the word Chris in Christmas.
Christmas.
Genius.
It's like
Really clever.
I
Only
finally figured it out.
Only I could have thought that up. But yeah, it's just cool to have a space to create and have somewhere like that ramen shop that's just sort of been in my imagination for years. To have that sort of imaginary set translated to real life is kind of crazy thing. And I've had some actual serious film companies message me about doing something in there.
Oh, sick.
like
Like
filming
from
in there?
like Hollywood, like we want to film some stuff in there.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like,
Shit, okay.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens going forward.
How long did that take to make? Like, what was the entire process around that?
So the guy came in and I was like, I want a ramen shop there and a street there. And he went, you got a tape measure, pulled out an iPad and just went, and just like this. I was like, that's it. Like the man knew what he was doing. He was really good. It was a company called Giuri, I think. And
Right.
they build like sets for like Alice in Borderland and
Did you
various
just-
Netflix shows.
How'd you find them?
Just through a friend. He knew them. He worked with them.
Oh,
and
okay.
and then they went away. They did a design. They sent me like the CGI, what it looked like. And I was like, do that. Yeah, that. Go. And then they built it. It took about 3 weeks to build it in a warehouse in Chiba where they build Disneyland rides.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And they sent me like footage of like men crafting lights and woodwork and neon lights and shit. And I was like, wow, this is pretty intense. And then it took 3 days to build it in the studio. And I wasn't there that time. I think I was on Wacky Weekend with you or something when I was doing it. And I came back to Sendai and I met the team and they were all just like dead. They hated me. They were like, because usually they build sets for like film and TV.
Yeah.
And my like my studio is like in a decrepit building from the 60s. It's like filled with asbestos. It's coming. There's cracks over the wall. The building's coming down.
Yeah.
And like they're like shifting like this equipment through like an elevator and stuff. And they look dead. And I was like,
Yeah.
well done, everyone. They were like, get me out of here. But yeah, it wasn't cheap, obviously. But it's kind of like a. I mean, a lot of people sort of ask me how much did it cost? How much did it cost? But like, I don't want to say because like that'll be like the thing everyone thinks of, right?
Yeah,
Everyone will be
yeah.
like consumed by that, and
Yeah.
it's expensive, but it's
When you
I
hire-
could have spent
you hire
that.
professionals who do it for like Disney. I mean, it's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
best of the best, right?
Yeah,
and I
of
mean, it
course.
looks like it. you
It
know?
shows.
It
Yeah.
was.
It
was.
definitely shows.
I'll say it was in the tens of thousands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's
of
probably
course.
obvious.
Yeah,
you know.
of course.
Well,
Hopefully.
just surely the like amount of electronics in that place.
Yeah,
is-
the electronics
Yeah.
alone were almost half the cost, I think. The most expensive thing was the crafting, the woodwork and everything.
Yeah, well, yeah, they got the counter built. Well, because I remember I saw the space before you had it in there. I thought you were telling me there's going to be this set here. I was like, no, you can't put it.
That's why he was so like
Can't-
shocked when he saw it, right?
I was like, you're taking the piss. You can't fit a set in here. It's like a fucking bedroom. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't put anything in there.
They did a
And,
great job with the space.
They really
It's insane
like
how
you
much
said,
they utilize the
knew,
space.
They knew exactly what they
Yeah.
were doing. I'll
And,
say that much.
But yeah, it's like an investment in myself for abroad in Japan, and you know,
Yeah, because you've been doing more content on your second channel now.
yeah.
12 days of Christmas.
Yeah.
12 days of Christmas. It was definitely worth it.
How
But
was-
I remember
how was
when
it
you.
doing?
I remember when you told me about that early on. You were like, "I'm going to upload daily for 12 days." I was like, "Good luck with
I've
that."
always got there. I've always got there.
How was it doing the consistent content back to back?
It reminded me why I don't do consistent content.
Yeah, you don't have time to think, do you?
You don't. I got a comment that really annoyed me. I don't get triggered that often.
Yes, you
But I
do.
got shut up. I got a comment that was like, because I've been putting all these like 12 days of Christmas on my second channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's got a second channel now. It's cool,
Yeah.
isn't it? And the race is on. Who's gonna have the biggest second channel? But like, someone's like, he's just rehashing old videos because we did. I think I did a video with you. We just talk about things that we don't like about Japan. And
Or was
I
it
did a vi-
overrated things?
Yeah, and I did a video with
Yeah.
Ryotaro about how we nearly died, and you know, just sitting down and having a chat. And I was like,
Yeah.
come on, mate. Like, just
Casual
I
content.
Spent the entire fucking year on horseback or on a plane or a train on a ferry, like doing these videos. Can I just sit in a room and talk about something for 5 minutes? Like, let me just chill. Let me just sit in a room.
Right.
So,
I mean, that's
Yeah.
what the second channel.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the second channel.
We all
Yeah.
have like
Yeah.
second channel, which
Exactly.
is technically
Let
our
me
third
relax.
channel because I
Somebody-
guess Trash Taste is our second channel.
Yeah.
There was like a really cute tweet that was from a verified account, and I was tagged in it for some reason. And they were like, Chris, for some reason, I can't seem to find these videos on your channel. And they didn't realize that he had a second channel. And I was just like, oh, that's so cute. I don't know why. I was like,
And then I closed Twitter.
I was like, that's cute.
Told them nothing.
That's the only wholesome thing I've ever read on Twitter.
That's awesome. I was like, I just thought that Chris was just one place.
but it's nice to have a second channel, as I'm sure you guys have found. It's nice to just chill out because the pressure you can put yourself on with the first channel is
Yeah.
Yeah.
is unpleasant.
Sometimes you just have idea for content and you're like, I can't put this on my first channel.
Sure.
That's,
Yeah, exactly.
This is way
monkey
this is way
tier
too
list, isn't it?
casual.
No, that's main channel content. Like Joey going through his health card score.
Yeah, I went through my health card score on my second channel.
When are you doing that?
No, bro, what? So
cholesterol breaking
it would be
level.
like, yes, so everything's great. Just cholesterol's dreadful.
That's basically what I said.
Yeah, I mean, I got basically like A's and B's and everything, and then urine came up, and I got a C3, and I was just like, how do I fuck up in urine?
How do I control my piss?
Obviously, like I'm not being massaged enough while I'm urinating because something's going wrong with that process, man.
Didn't you have bad blood last year? Has it gone up to A now?
It's a B now.
Oh, okay. That's
What's
better.
wrong with your urine? What have you
I
done?
have no idea.
It's like acidic, I guess.
Drinking too much wine?
Too much green tea,
What was,
actually. I think.
what was your results, Chris?
I haven't had a test. In like 3 years.
Let's get your results.
I really
Start
need to
judging.
go on. I
Before we
really
start
need to-
poking fun at who's cholesterol.
Yeah,
maybe we should
exactly.
have a look at
we all know I'm going to win.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
win.
have the biggest score.
It's like golf. It's like golf, Chris. You want a lower score.
I don't really want to test. I don't.
Can't have high cholesterol if you don't test it, boys.
If I don't know.
when I was a teacher, the first 3 years, they do it every year, right?
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah.
after my second year, it was like really bad because I'd smoked a lot and I drank a lot at the time. The doctor like fell off his seat when he saw my score. Mate, your cholesterol look healthy. He was like, whoa! He like fell off the chair like Humpty fucking Dumpty. Like it was awful. And I had to spend the next year just like eating a leaf and chicken. And
A single leaf.
One
like
leaf.
a ladybug, slowly working through it.
But it worked. It worked. Yeah. Oatmeal and despair. But no, my cholesterol now must be horrific. And, I'm worried about it.
Why am I laughing?
Laughing at my imminent demise.
I understand because I have a similar situation.
You gonna get it tested then, or are you just gonna put that off?
I don't really
It's too
know
busy, isn't it?
how
It's
to
too
get
busy.
tested. I don't have a big company backing me. Do I just walk in and be like, put something in my arm, go?
I think you just go
book it.
into like, if you just
Yeah.
book it, you can get like a full, like a standard health checkup.
Does
Mate,
like
you
30
can
minutes.
make a content out of that. That's a
second channel. That's second channel video right there.
That's a narrative right
Rehashing
there.
old content. Did you do the thing where you have to drink barium and they like have it the radioactive
No.
liquid?
I
thing?
think that's if you have stomach issues or when you're older. I think they do that. But
I'll probably be
what is
drinking
it?
that then.
Is it 40? You have to get a colonoscopy. Have to get a
Yeah.
colonoscopy.
Yeah.
What do you do, man? These poor businessmen.
Yeah.
I had the one. What's it, endoscopy?
Yeah.
I was like, I was worse than the hotel room we stayed in. That was like the worst thing I've ever had. The endoscopy.
Were you awake for that?
Yeah.
Oh god.
I went to like the worst doctor ever, and I thought it would be like a little thin
You
like,
make a
piece
video
of
out of
string, right?
Yeah.
And it's a cable like that thick.
Oh.
And he gave me his like, this will numb your throat. It didn't. And I was like, and they had like this doctor's was really bad. It's so bad that it's closed now. I think it must have just failed the health. It's like Sendai somewhere, and like they were like they did the endoscopy. They did it in like a broom cupboard.
No.
And I was next to like the
sure you
room
went-
where everyone's waiting, and I was like, whoa, just like gagging for about 25 minutes over and over.
You sure you went to a doctor?
Well,
Might have just been
it
like
got
some
closed,
dude's
got fucking
house.
closed down because I don't think it passed the test. But like,
Just some dude in a lab
time,
coat.
and worst of all, they took they had a screen in front of me, like a 42-inch plasma screen of my
No.
here.
Oh my
And I didn't look at it once because I was like, no. It was like,
Yeah.
look, your throat. And I was like, fuck off. And then they printed it out and they pulled it out, and it's just, oh god, it's horrible. You have to wear like a mouthpiece and they feed it through. It's like torture. It's almost it's up there with tea waterboarding, but like
Sounds like a scene out of Saw or something. You know, you just,
I feel
you
gross.
just wake up and you just got the mouthpiece on you.
That's honestly my
You have to
nightmare.
escape the endoscopy.
you want to play a game. The worst bit. He pulled it out, and
I feel sick hearing.
they were supposed to print out 5 photos, and
Yeah.
after 2 photos, they ran out of paper, and the images were not stored anywhere, so they're lost. And
Right.
I saw the guy exasperated, and like the nurse, they're like, and he looked at me like, we ran out of paper, and I was
Is
like,
this how he spoke?
he spoke
In
English,
English? Oh,
kind of
okay.
right, and like he sort of insinuated that we should probably do it again.
Oh my god.
And I went, no, we're good, we're fine, don't worry. No cancer, we're good. And like, fucking hell. Jesus.
What did you
Chris
get
doesn't
checked
know.
for? What
I
were
had
you
like
checking
really
for?
bad like stomach acid for like 3 months. Why I discovered it, basically I was really stressed for a long period of time. Really bad like stomach acid, like a stomach
Like
ulcer
indigestion
thing.
and stuff
Yeah.
like
that.
I think
Yeah,
this
yeah.
was I don't know when this was. I think this was just after I'd started going YouTube full time. Do YouTube, yeah, it's great. And I was really stressed and burnt out, and so my stomach was just acid.
Right,
and-
right.
Yeah.
So they did that, and yeah, fuck, it was probably like the top 3 worst experience ever.
Got
Really bad.
a COVID test done at one place, and I was like, "Great, where are we doing it?" And they were like, "Oh, just come here, follow us." Took us to like the fucking emergency stairway, like outside the fire escape. I think you did the same.
Oh,
thing.
that place. The
They did it in the fire
yeah.
escape.
What?
Yeah.
And then he was like, "All right, open your mouth." And I'm like, "Oh." So I was like, "Why are we doing it outside?" He's like, "Oh, because it's ventilated. The office isn't ventilated because if you have COVID, we don't get it." And I'm like, I feel like there could have been a better solution to this. Like, just out in like overlooking like Roppongi, just watching like everyone walk by while I'm getting something shoved down my throat.
God.
It's awful.
Jesus.
That's for the place we went to before
Yeah.
flying back to England, right?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
But that experience is why I'm like, I don't think I need the doctor again.
Again.
It's weird.
Japan.
I've heard really good and just really bad about Japan. Never like, oh yeah, it's all right.
I think endoscopy is the worst thing you could do in Japan.
Sounds
I'm sure
like
you
it,
can
yeah.
top it, Connor. What
Yeah.
have you done that's bad?
The ear thing is pretty bad.
Oh, fucking.
What, the ear cleaning
People
service?
do it for fun. It's horrible
That is horrible.
because I don't clean my ears.
You don't?
No,
Gross.
Disgraceful.
No, most doctors recommend not to put anything in your ear.
Oh, really?
Nothing should ever be going in your ear.
You could like water in and
If you're watering, it would come
Don't
out
put
there
like
if you
a
just give it a
cotton bud in.
smack. You shouldn't put cotton buds in your ear. Even on the package it tells
Oh, the
you not
cotton
to do.
buds say cotton buds are the worst.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't
cotton
do
buds
that.
are the worst.
And so
Well,
this
like,
guy-
do your
this
ears
guy-
not get itchy?
No.
I get my ears get
Why?
itchy.
My
Why?
ears get really itchy.
don't get
Yeah.
cheers.
No. And so, this guy goes in, starts scraping the fucking
Oh.
eardrums and stuff. He goes so
It's
deep.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people love it on YouTube for some reason. It's
I-
like people absolutely
It's
love
like
these
pimple
videos.
popping videos.
Yeah.
It's
I helped-
that same genre.
I helped Charla film her video because she did it once. I think it made loads of views, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Everyone loves this. I'm going to do it again. Do
Yeah.
you want to film it?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." I went along, and you get like a live feed.
Yeah, it's
on,
awful,
on
yeah.
a big
Yeah,
screen.
You're
yeah.
sitting there.
What is
on
it
a
with live feeds on a big
50
screen?
fucking
Horror.
inch plasma screen TV, and you're on the optimal viewing angle that you can't look away.
It's like watching June. It was so. I was like nearly gagging while watching. I had to like look away.
Dude,
yeah.
I had to stop him at one point and be like, I need to go and sit on the toilet. And I was like lying on this toilet bowl, just like. And then after,
Was that though from him going into your ear or from the footage?
both.
Yeah.
So like just seeing the footage combined with like. It was really painful.
Yeah,
That's 'cause
yeah.
I don't ever touch my ears.
Yeah.
I don't put
so
anything
it's probably
in.
super sensitive.
So it's
Right?
super sensitive. Obviously, people
Yeah.
who clean their ears all the time, it's not a big deal. You can do it. But I haven't done it, and this guy's going ham on me. He's good at what he does. Boss man knows how to do it. Don't get me wrong. But holy fuck, I was not ready. And then he
Yeah.
was like, "No, we're not done yet. We need to get a deep clean." And he starts going deeper, and it really feels like he's like really inside. Like I would never put anything even close,
like scratching your eardrum.
really
right?
far to a point where I was genuinely concerned. And, you know, some doctors are like, yeah, it's a load of shit, this whole ear cleaning stuff. It, you know, doesn't do anything and it's dangerous because you can pop eardrums and stuff.
Yeah.
It was genuinely like, I wouldn't do it again.
Not even for views.
No, well, because it wasn't my idea. It was Cal who wanted to do it.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, whatever, sure. I mean, it sounds disgusting, but
Did
they did a fun video.
they find anything? How much did they clean?
Oh, like a shit ton.
Did they find anything?
Okay.
What?
The long lost treasure of Wales.
A society living in his ear.
It was like after a flood had passed and the sewage system had just been cleaned out. Like it was like the Red Sea parting in my ears. Like it was you finally see in there. But I mean, you know, it was not fun.
Because I actually bought one of those ear picker things with the camera at the end of it.
Yeah.
And like you can
Sydney bought one.
Yeah,
as
you
well.
can you can connect it on your phone to see it.
Yeah. No, I remember.
Because I clean my ears pretty often.
What's wrong with people?
I remember one time a few years ago, actually now. So me and Sydney went swimming once in a pool, right?
Yeah.
And so one time we went swimming and we went out and she had some water stuck in her ears. And normally you just shake it out. Yeah, shake it out. So this water just would not get out of her ears, right? So it was stuck in there, and I was just like, just lay like that, just lay like that. It's fine.
Yeah.
And it just, and so this water just wouldn't come out. And
I don't know where this is going.
Yeah. So it stayed in there for like days, to the point where her ears started hurting because I guess
You probably
that
get an infection.
You get an ear
so
infection
you get
like
like an
that,
ear infection. So we actually had to go to the doctor, right? So we took her to the doctor. And the doctor tries cleaning her ears, and they can't, like, for some reason, they can't get this liquid out, right?
Yeah.
So
It makes me feel disgusting even hearing this.
yeah, so what they had to do was they put this solution in, right? This some kind of solution which like softens the earwax or something like that. So they put this solution in and left it in for like a good few minutes, right? I didn't know what I was expecting because I didn't know what was blocking her ear canal this bad, and so they put the liquid in, drain it, and then they get like this mini kind of vacuum kind of thing, just like vacuum out, like, kind of clean the ear, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I just remember, right? I just remember Sydney lying down and the nurse just like vacuuming her ear out, right? Just waiting for something to come out. And then out plops this ball of black earwax. Ooh. Like you could hear the splat on the ground. Like this wasn't earwax. This was like a fucking Lovecraftian nightmare creature,
like
man.
The Thing.
Yeah, it was like the Thing. I swear to God, like I was not expecting that, right?
Shit.
Not even the nurse was, because like this ball just drops out of her ear, and me and the nurse are just looking at this ball like eyes wide open, and the nurse just like takes it, and Sydney's like, what? And she's like, what's happened? But like, I'm just like, Sydney, you do not want to see what just came out of your fucking ear. It was massive. I didn't know that. I didn't know earwax would get that big.
Because I've had that before as well. Because I have like really naturally very tough earwax. Like it's like very dry.
Earwax top trumps in here, isn't it?
It's like naturally really really dry.
Mine's the smelliest.
Mine's like naturally really dry, so if I don't clean it out consistently, then it hardens and turns into like rock form, and then that's when you get like the whole water stuck in your ear, ear infection. Or
I feel like this
I
is
used to
a
get ear
cycle
infection.
of like if you start doing it, it just starts happening, and then
Sure.
you're like, I have to.
I used to get ear infections all the time as a kid because I had just like rock
Never
hard
had an ear
earwax.
infection in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, it once when a bumblebee went in my ear and stung in my ear.
Oh Jesus.
That triggered an ear infection.
Yeah. Shit.
Oh, this is horrible.
How was that?
Well,
how did you get in there?
I was like 6 running around
How
in
small
a
was the
field having
fucking
fun.
bumblebee?
And the bee just went.
That was the last time Chris had fun ever.
After that, the
was
light
the
left my
last
eye. The laughter died.
You found a camera and it was all over.
I can't even do it yourself fucking ear cleaning
That's
kit.
disgusting.
It's like
Yeah,
do
so-
it yourself colonoscopy.
It's like a thing
that
in-
next?
DIY.
Butter it up.
Really get it in there.
Well, because it's like apparently it's like a thing that Japanese couples do. They clean each other's ears and stuff. It's
You say
silent.
colonoscopy.
It's
All right, honey, bend over.
You laugh, but there's probably a couple or two out there that do.
Yeah, no, my mom used to clean my ears all the time when I was little.
That's probably why you're getting like ear infections, because you started the cycle of cleaning.
You're not
I
supposed
guess.
to go in there though. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not supposed to put anything in there. Like
Oh.
it's, I don't know why, but Japan is obsessed with being clean. So that's probably why.
I love the Trash Taste podcast. You learn about the important things. Ear hygiene, top of the list. Who needs anime anymore? No more anime. It's just
Have you
ear
ever had an ear
cleaning.
infection, Grant?
Huh?
Have you ever had an ear infection?
no.
I've never had one.
Yeah, I used to get them all the time. It was horrible.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like the wax is like a natural barrier of sorts. That's
No,
not-
it is.
No,
It
it
is.
is.
like a
That's what it's there
5G
for.
conspiracy.
it is.
Like,
no.
the body is a natural.
I mean, it's there for a reason, right? It's
Yeah,
to stop
it's
like
there,
dust
right?
and shit getting in. But there are some times when there is just a big buildup of wax and it just gets
Yeah.
like it really gets itchy
Is
sometimes.
there ear bidets?
I mean, yeah, like doctors have them.
Yeah, maybe I do an ear
You
bidet.
just say one on the toilet.
just line it up. Line it up. Just get a bottle and just.
God. What you just said about 5G. Did you see that thing in the news recently with the 5G necklace? Have you
What?
seen this?
What? No.
So people that are
I'll
against
read the
5G, they can get a necklace that's supposed to like stop the waves of 5G hitting you.
Can't be
But it
serious.
turns out this necklace is radioactive. it's got like fucking plutonium in it. And so the sheer irony that people are trying to, get rid of the dangerous 5G and they're wearing this necklace that's
like the Hulk.
is like carcinogenic. And it's like, are
God.
you off your rockers? It's quite a news story.
It's kind of like the COVID necklaces that Japan was selling.
Oh,
at one
yeah.
point.
Necklace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so apparently they were selling these
Virus
necklaces.
be gone.
Yeah.
That
Oh my
that
God.
gave everyone who wore them like a protective shield.
Yeah.
Like they were-
On the packaging, there's like this happy woman, and there's just like this dome-shaped like
Yeah.
shield around her. Like,
like
yes, you're free of all the viruses.
What's in it?
Oh, I don't know.
Plutonium, probably.
Uranium 45. 345. Hashtag.
Something radioactive.
Yeah,
I've
some-
been to a few places where all the staff are wearing them. I'm assuming that the company's like, you have to wear these.
Yeah.
Protect our customers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I mean,
What a shit.
I remember when I went back home to see my mum, some of our family members had sent them the necklaces as well. I was like,
Right.
Mum, this is bullshit, right?
no.
you can't have a necklace that just prevents viruses. That's not how viruses work.
Yeah, the virus rocks up. It's like, oh fuck, he's got it on.
This ain't a fucking Harry Potter spell or something. It's like virus be gone, No.
It's still probably more useful than the shield and Dune, though, at least. Fucking can block anything, that fucking shield and Dune.
No, well, I mean, to a degree.
Oh, the one in June.
It just fucking was paper. Didn't do anything. They just turned it on. What? Just to waste energy.
Well, no, that's why they didn't have guns in Dune, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole point. That's the whole law.
Well, no,
That's-
they still got shot and shit. I'm pretty sure some of them got exploded.
No, there's no guns in
Dune. James Bond, No Time to Die.
it's time to
It's
die.
time to
Mike.
die.
You mean
It's time to die.
Yeah.
it's time to die?
Yeah, what do you think of it? It's all right. Rami Malek, what was the point of him being in the movie?
Worst villain ever.
Yeah.
Really?
So shit. You not seen it? You're not a Bond man? You're a Bond man? Go on.
Ganj doesn't go to the cinemas in Japan.
You don't. I mean, I don't go to the cinemas in general unless there's a film I really, really, really want to see.
Yeah.
Like Psycho Pass.
Like Psycho.
A movie? Is there a movie?
If
Yeah, there is a
if-
Psychopaths movie.
if
Yeah.
Akira
knowledge.
was in cinemas, I'd go see Akira
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
because I haven't seen it in
Amazing.
cinemas, and I think that's
Yeah.
it's one film that you would appreciate way more on the big screen.
Yeah.
Like Dune.
Yeah,
Why didn't you go and watch it in cinemas? I don't understand.
I
I
don't
was
know.
in cinemas for like 3 months.
Yeah. why
Yeah,
didn't you
I
watch
don't
it?
know. I actually was just like, is it still in cinemas? Like last week, Googled it wasn't, so I was like, fuck it, I guess I'll just watch it on the screen. I don't know.
Just
It
go
happens.
watch it.
It happens.
Sometimes I just get lazy,
For
because
3 months.
huh? yeah. When's the last time you watched anime, Connor?
Yeah, Connor.
Recently.
Yeah.
Arcane
Red?
doesn't count.
Rob?
Arcane. Yeah, I watched Arcane.
That doesn't count.
Of course it is. Arcane
That's not
doesn't
anime.
doesn't count.
That's not anime.
Anime. It's anime.
When was the last time you watched an anime that you weren't paid to watch?
Arcane. Jojo. Yeah, Jojo.
Alright.
Arcane.
Oh.
Jojo and Arcane.
Sometimes you just have something that's not on the top of your priority list, and then it just slips, and then you miss your opportunity. Unfortunately,
Yeah, I've said this a billion times, but I just like the theatre experience. It's just the right way to enjoy a movie.
Well, I mean, The Matrix might have been a bit meh, but in the cinema, IMAX, it's the first time I've seen a Matrix movie in a cinema. Because when
Yeah.
it came out in 1999, I was 9.
Yeah.
And so it was pretty cool watching like a Matrix movie the way it was supposed to be sort of seen.
Yeah.
The IMAX was incredible.
what are you a Marvel guy at all?
Yeah, I want to see the new Spider-Man. I
Ah,
absolutely love
okay.
Spider-Man 2. It's one
Right.
of my favourites. Probably my favourite
Wait,
comic
which
book movie.
Spider-Man 2?
Oh.
The original one?
The original one.
Okay,
Alfred
okay.
Molina,
Sam
Doc
Raimi.
Ock, yeah. It's a
Okay.
cracker.
What else
Yeah.
did I watch? I watched Dark Waters last week.
What's that?
Exactly.
Get out.
Where'd you find time to watch all these films?
Yeah.
Don't just get an evening, you just go. And I'll stream afterwards or something.
Are you going to watch Spider-Man?
I will when it comes out. For some reason in Japan, it comes out like 3
Yeah.
weeks
Yeah.
after the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
The Matrix came out here like before anywhere else because there's like a scene in Japan. Maybe that's why. But like every film in Japan comes out so late.
It's so annoying.
It's either too early or too late.
Yeah, because by the
Too early. Well, it is too early. Can't be too early.
by the time it comes out, the spoiler left is going to be gone on like online, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
there's a 2-week spoiler period where no one's allowed to spoil it, and by the time that's gone, the film still hasn't come out in Japan. So
Yeah.
I'm probably going to know what happens in it before I even go see the film.
I haven't read anything about.
I know
Spider-Man
what
yet,
happens.
luckily.
You want me to ruin it?
No,
I'm gonna tell
don't
you,
fucking
I'm gonna
say
tell you.
anything. You did.
Give me.
You spoiled Inception. What's
Give me. Ken did that, not me. give me $50 and I won't tell you what happened.
next? How about you fuck off?
Movie blackmail. Spoiler blackmail.
Spoiler blackmail.
Yeah, I watch a lot of. I watch a good amount of the Western releases in Japan. I'd say.
When we gonna
I don't even like look what it's about. I just go up and just watch it. Sometimes to poor rates of success, I'd say. This was a good movie. It's just Mark Ruffalo being like for like 2 hours. It's pretty good.
Sounds
though.
amazing.
What is the film about?
Mark Ruffalo.
So Mark Ruffalo going.
It's like Mark Ruffalo just like being a Japanese business. No, it's about how like DuPont, a chemical company, just poisoned everyone in the world, basically.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sounds like a riot.
And how like they did it for like 40 years, and Mark Ruffalo's like the lawyer that finds out and like sues them and stuff.
Oh,
and-
so it's based off a true story?
yeah, it's like still ongoing as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What, the film or the?
Oh, the real life case.
Yeah.
It's like poisoned like everyone in the world.
Oh, wow. What the fuck?
Yeah, everyone's been poisoned by this one chemical that they were dumping. Yeah, it's pretty sketchy now.
Oh, gosh.
Now it's like one of the UN's like priorities to like ban this chemical. It's a pretty good movie though. It's pretty good.
You're really selling us on
Makes you
it.
really fucking paranoid to drink any water.
Yeah. You're really selling us on it. Thank you.
I don't know. It's
That's
just
nothing a Brit filter can't fix, right?
yeah. Nothing an activated charcoal can't fix. No, it's fine. It's a good movie. Mark Ruffalo, he's all right. I think he's not like the best actor on earth, but
He's just kind of okay in every film I've
he's
seen.
pretty.
him
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's not like
I'm
amazing.
never
but
compelled by his performances.
yeah.
What have I seen him in that's not Marvel? Collateral, Tom Cruise.
He
Plays like an underwhelming detective who meets a.
He's
quick
really
demise.
good at playing like a wimpy character.
Yeah.
Which I don't know.
Mark Ruffalo's agent. You've got a shit role ready. He's too cool, that character.
Because he's kind of like a pushover in the film, but it kind of plays to his strengths because then he kind of gets over it and it develops character.
Character development.
Yeah.
Poor old Mark Ruffalo. He's watching this in a room in LA. He's probably like, fuck.
hey, he's fucking
He's
a
like-
billionaire. He doesn't need my fucking
billionaire?
Doesn't need my
Mark
fucking
Ruffalo?
sympathy. Yeah, because I noticed when the movie starts, it's like a film by Mark Ruffalo Corp or something. It's like it's his movie company.
Mark.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so it's his movie. There's always something funny about that. I don't know why. Just having an actor star in their own film. I'm always like,
When we're going to get a Connor Calhoun movie?
what?
What's it going to be?
About what? Me fucking doing a crane game for 2 hours?
Uncut.
the quest for Curious George.
Yeah. The director's cut.
The fuck would I make a film of that? I've no interest in making a film though.
If I gave you $100 million, what would you make?
More crane game videos.
The biggest crane game
I spent $100,000.
I make the shittest Squid Game possible for $3 million.
What
Isn't that how much
constitutes
Mr. Beast spent?
Yeah,
$3 million.
just like money laundering $3 million. Just like it's like a cardboard set. I would have been actually
quite good.
in some ways. I think that would have been almost as funny
It
if
would
it
be
was
pretty
like
good,
just
yeah,
cardboard version of Squid Game.
Yeah.
Someone must have done that.
Probably. Did you see those that one hamster channel? They got like a lot of shit
Oh, yeah.
because they made Squid Game.
The
with
hamster
hamsters,
Squid
but They
Game.
were like
Oh, yeah,
making these
yeah,
hamsters drop from like massive like
God.
drops, and there was like spikes and stuff. It was
Jesus.
awful. And like
I
20
watched the
million views.
video and it was like, it's honestly not that bad. Like,
I don't know. There was some bits where I was like, yeah, that hamster could have been impaled.
What if the hamsters were just CG'd in?
Yeah.
What if the spikes
Hamster
were just-
AI.
hamster AI.
And
Right?
unfortunately,
One of them was voiced by Garm. CGI equivalent.
unfortunately, I think there's one thing that you cannot even remotely try and get away with, and that is anything with you that comes close to abusing animals.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like the one thing that you just can't get away with.
I mean, rightfully
Rightly
so.
so,
Yeah.
I think that hamster video was just a bit, oof, but yikes.
Yeah, there were definitely better ways to do it, I feel.
Yeah.
But it's a shame as well because that channel, like, I've been, because that fucking channel comes up my recommended all the time
Yeah.
because he, like, makes little miniature, like, onsens and, like, massage parlors and, like, little sets for his hamsters to, like, kind of play around in. Yeah, there's, like, a little mini waterboarding scene as well where he's getting massaged.
There's a little waterboarding a
Just kidding.
hamster.
Yeah, but it's, like, it's really cute and it's, like, you know, and then for some reason he was just like, yeah, I'm just going to make them fight to the death.
Yeah, he would make hamsters drop right from like here onto the floor. It's not deadly, but it's like, why would you make?
It's not deadly, but I'm sure one bad fall and it could hurt the
Lands
hamster.
on
What's
its
this
head.
called? Like hamster squid game?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, hamster. If you look up
Like
hamster
guinea-
squid
or
game,
guinea
it'll
pig
come
squid
up.
game.
God,
I think it's a hamster.
I'm done with Squid Game. It was a right TV show. All right, let's never speak.
Chris would
Squid
have done
Game.
it better. Chris would have done it better.
Octopus Game. I did Squid Game. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
What would you
I've-
change
just
about it?
Just don't want to hear about it ever again. It's been done a lot, right? You know, we've
It has
we've
been
all
done a
seen
lot.
Squid Game, and
Yeah.
let's never.
I think you think it got too popular?
I think I just I get a bit annoyed with things that everyone obsesses over. I remember when I was here when Frozen came out, right? And
Yeah.
you might have been here, but like it was like everyone got so
Yeah.
obsessed with Frozen.
Every fucking
Every
store you
fucking
go to,
day.
it's Let It Go. And I'm
Let
like,
it
I
go.
think you're the ones that need to let it go.
That song was like every day, like 400
Oh my
times. Like, I
God.
want to kill someone, and I felt like that about Squid Game a little bit. Oh, it was a good show. It was good. I enjoyed it a lot. But
Yeah.
like when you just hear about something, you're bombarded by something so much.
Japan's so good at that, though. It's like when there's like one like viral like song that's high in the charts, like fucking like any song, it could be anything. It's just like every second store is fucking blasting it.
My favorite thing is when Japanese stores play obscenely inappropriate songs in English in like a children's daycare because they don't know what any of the words mean. Play like rap that's like super like fucked.
Yeah, I remember I went to this toy store in Shibuya once. They were playing WAP, like loud on the speakers. I was like,
They were playing WAP in one of the supermarkets I go to as well.
and it was like the uncensored version as well. I was like, whoa. I'm like, it's like there's like all these like
just love
Disney
it.
toys everywhere, and I'm just like,
There's something kind of wholesome about it.
I was at a family restaurant. They're playing 50 Cent's in the club, and I was like eating like a ham sandwich or something, just listening to in the club. It's just like this feels it was a little bit out of
They were
place.
like, Chris came in. Put the song on for Chris.
he loves the song.
The song that defines me is in the club. 50 Cent, right? Boom, boom,
Yo, Shawty.
boom, just that. Eating like some sandwiches and some crisps, listening to that.
That's so
A
good.
family restaurant.
Oh my god.
Chilly in here. Sorry, I'm just getting a
Getting
bit
a
chilly.
bit
Why do you
chilly.
so loudly?
I don't know.
Put your clothes on in
I was
silence.
trying to figure out how to put on this fucking jacket.
My Jordan put my
Yeah, put your drip on, Chris.
drip
Come on,
on.
put your drip on.
Yeah.
You want the
No.
No, leave it on.
Put the drip on, Chris.
Put the drip on.
Put the
Chris.
drip on.
I'll have to walk off set.
No.
No.
I'm not putting it on over this.
Yeah. It's a hoodie. You can't wear it with a raw skin.
Raw skin.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
Raw skin.
Raw
Can't put it on raw
exposed
skin.
skin.
That'll be my next YouTube channel.
Can't have those oily body oils all over a hoodie.
Raw skin.
Knock all your
Go
cheap
for it.
figurines off the shelf.
Yeah, go
Some
for
of
it.
those are $1,000.
$1,000. Which one was
Yeah.
the most expensive?
Probably the Akira one. That was actually $1,000.
That's justified. That one. No, not the other ones.
Guess who bought that one, Chris?
Joe.
Me.
Actually, Joey did buy it as well.
No, Joey bought the kid.
I bought the other Akira, yeah.
Where is the other Akira?
In the other room. Still
Oh,
in the
okay.
box.
Oh,
How do you put on a hoodie like a boomer? I don't know how you managed to find a way to do it.
How the fuck do you put it on then, Dick?
It's a fucking hoodie. you never wear hoodies? Wait, actually.
I've never seen Chris in a hoodie.
Yeah, no, I've seen about it. I've never seen you wear a hoodie.
Sort of swamp monster coming out. All right.
have you ever worn a hoodie before, Chris?
Oh my god, Chris in a hoodie just looks like that fucking like, hello fellow kids. we need to give you a skateboard now. Just
Oh my god!
Am I one of the kids now?
You should have worn the cap that you wore in the, on the previous episode.
How do I look? Do I look good?
Good, good.
how do you feel?
You got the drip now, Chris.
Cheap, innit?
Fuck off. That's premium material, that, Chris.
How much is it?
That's an embroidery right there.
$88?
It's good material, right?
Trash taste.
I'll have to cut that now.
Sugoi. That's right.
It just looks so weird in
I
a
look like a
hoodie.
dwarf or something. Like, yeah.
I mean, it's a large
This
size.
is a size too big.
Yeah, it's a large
Let's
size.
not beat around the bush here.
I wear large.
Fuck a doodle do. I think, I'm at least a medium.
That's some
In what
copium.
universe?
That is some copium if I've heard it.
In
Fuck
what
it.
universe are you a medium?
I might be big mouth, but I can still fit into a
Is that what the
medium
health test says?
That's some fucking copium if I've heard it.
size. So what are your goals for 2022? What are we going to expect from Trash Day? We're going to see a special. PewDiePie and Mr. Beast on finally.
Well, if the wall fucking opens up, yeah.
I would love to have Pewds on and people from outside Japan as much as we want you on for like a 5th time, Chris.
Yeah.
Japan announced they're gonna.
when the Japan finally opens up, I'm never coming on again. I'll be like banging on the fucking window like,
Guys, I'm sorry. Is Felix coming on this week? I'll come back next week.
I didn't even know how to get here. Like, I got in a taxi. I was late. I got in a taxi, right?
Yeah.
And I put the address in for this studio, and it just does not compute on Google for whatever reason. So I put in the address for somewhere nearby. It was a Domino's Pizza.
Oh, that Domino's
I look like
Pizza.
such a dickhead going from Tokyo Station to a Domino's in like.
Take me to the Domino's.
And the taxi driver was like, "Kochira desu ka?" I was like, "Yeah, it's here." The Domino's, and he's like, "Oh, pizza ski desu ka?" I was like, "Yeah, love a bit of pizza."
Yeah, I love pizza.
It's a bit awkward.
When are you helping us film our next special, Chris? When's that happening?
Whenever there is a special. What? I'm waiting on your special. What?
Well, it'll be out by the
Is
time
the one
this
you
is
like
out.
cook some food or something?
Yeah.
I've heard so
Yeah.
much about.
Well, that's
It might
been
be
out. Yeah, that's already out by the time.
Oh
this is
yeah,
out.
yeah.
That'll be it.
It's out now,
That'll
isn't it?
that'll have been out.
What about the fighting one?
They got scrapped. Kendo. Kendo
Oh,
got
yeah.
scrapped.
Kendo. I love Kendo.
I love Kendo. Yeah.
Kendo.
This is the man.
Kenmo.
This is the man who has travelled all of Japan.
I love Kendo.
Expert on Japan.
I love Kendo with
With the trumpets.
the trombone. Trombone or Kendo? What do you
This is the
prefer?
new Krakatoa.
The trombone of Kendo.
I am affable though.
Oh my god.
What about you, Chris?
What am I gonna
you
do?
working on anything else big?
No,
I mean, where'd you go out from Ken Watanabe, right?
There's nothing, is there? So my friend who can get me like anyone to interview. He's like, "Who do you want to interview?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Anyway.
I know a guy.
anyone.
I know a guy who could probably like get me anyone. Bring me anyone, and I just don't have any idea. I don't really like. There's no one I actually want to interview. You know.
Prince Andrew.
He's out.
It could be interesting. Can't be much worse than the last fucking interview, can it? Oh, Pizza Express and welcome. Bet you were. And I'm like, I love that interview. But like,
That's a good interview.
I don't know, and the problem is, the comment I get a lot is like, "Oh, production quality is so good. Production quality." I don't really production qualities. I don't really care about that. it's kind of, it's important to have a standard,
Yeah.
but or not if it's a Joey vlog.
I think you've just
If
done
it's a
it.
second channel
Well,
video,
like,
I
you
think you've just done it so much that I think you just subconsciously put it together really
Yeah.
well.
yeah.
I don't think you're like this mastermind that everyone
No,
thinks you are.
no.
You literally just turn up,
Don't know
but
about
you
that.
make the most of every situation. I think you're pretty good at filming on the spot.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Just have an eye for it.
And
Yeah,
whereas I would give up after the 2 takes and be like, "Fuck it." Chris is like, "We'll just piss everyone off and make us do like 4 more takes because Chris is not happy with it." Like a
the
director.
Stanley Kubrick
like
of
an
YouTubers.
asshole director. We're all freezing, dying, hungry, and Chris is like, "No, one more.
I need this drone shot.
The colonoscopy will go on."
Are you gonna be in my film?
What's the film?
Something very bad. I'm gonna think it's something really bad.
Chris would. I'm predicting this, right? Chris would be like, "I want you to be my movie." What would it be? So be the racist white man or something. That's what he would do.
No acting required.
Chris would do his best to make me just basically be Leonardo DiCaprio from Django. That's
You're like, where's the script? It's like,
Just turn up and be yourself.
I feel like Chris would try and sabotage at me to the best of his ability.
I would do that.
He would be like, "Oh, your character is gluttonous. You have to eat this entire wank soba." It's like, oh my god.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what to do this year though. I would like to do something outside Japan a little bit.
Yeah.
that's
I-
how you
I-
get out there.
Well, I haven't left
so would
Japan
I.
in like 2 years.
Just not film it as well.
I haven't left Japan in 2 years plus now, and
Yeah.
Japan is a country you need to get out of at least once a year. Because
Can you
it's
do
like
that, though? I mean-
one big fucking library, and you have to sort of be very careful with your manners, and you've got to be switched on at all times,
Yeah.
thinking about how you're affecting other people, and
Yeah.
it wears you down. And you do need to get out once a year. And
Yeah.
It's been pretty tough not going back or doing anything. I haven't left the shores of Japan for 2 years now.
When was the last time you like filmed a video in like outside of Japan, like in the UK or wherever?
I think I've only done it like once.
Was Natsuki the movie?
Oh, and that was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Natsuki the movie and one other movie, right?
Yeah.
Or one other video,
One
rather.
of the- yeah. But I just need to get out for a bit. I was planning to go back for Christmas, like you guys were, and
Yeah, that didn't go well.
no, it didn't go too well, and Yeah, so it's a bit rubbish.
Any way you want to film aside from Krakatoa?
I do want to see that. Can we climb Krakatoa? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
I think to a certain point you
Can
can.
we? Why put me in?
I'll be doing the drone, won't I?
You can climb.
I'll
it.
be doing the drone, mate.
I'll do the drone. I'll do the drone. It's all right.
But I do want to do Taken for Granted. And I know a place we can bungee jump in
Oh.
Gunma Prefecture. Do you want
Thank God you're there. Thank
Telling me that
God.
you want a bungee jump.
Thank God.
No, I'm going to film it, aren't I?
Are you going to do it with me,
No, I'm
Chris?
going to hold the camera.
Can I do it? That sounds fun. I want to
You
do
actually
that.
want to bungee jump?
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Fucking hell.
I would like to
I
do
think
bungee
that would be
jumping.
scarier than doing a skydive.
I would rather
think it would be.
skydive.
I
I'd
wanna
rather
do both.
skydive.
I want to skydive.
Well, fucking wacky weekend done.
Why are we not doing it? Why don't you bring
Well, I'm
this up
not
to me?
fucking doing it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll do it.
All right, we'll film that. We'll strap some GoPros
And
to
then
you.
we can do it with Gone.
Well, I'll take both of you.
Yeah, fuck it. Come
Yeah,
on,
fuck
Gone,
it, let's
go.
do it.
Wacky
You can go
weekend.
too if you want.
I'm alright, man.
Would you do it?
Joey doesn't even like.
Would you bungee jump?
Oh yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, then.
I'd skydive as well.
Yeah,
I
me
want to
too, me too, me
skydive.
too.
When's the Trash
Yeah.
Taste skydiving special? That's
I
what
wouldn't
I'd
mind
like to do.
skydiving, honestly. But I
would
think
watch
bungee
that.
jumping I would not want to do. There's something like there's something scary about an awkward height. You know what I mean? Like whereas because for me skydiving is like you're so high up where height doesn't matter anymore.
I've heard so many funny stories about bungee jumping in like really sketchy countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like a dude
People
who
do
just
die
like,
doing it. I
Yeah,
read
yeah,
an
exactly.
article last year. A girl did it, and the rope just wasn't fucking tied
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
I
Yeah.
imagine,
to death.
let's be honest. The one country you probably want to bungee jump in with confidence is probably Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The man is like, I made this rope by hand. It's all handcrafted or something. It's-
Passed down from generation to
yeah,
generation.
it would be. It would be like the most immaculate bungee jump cord in existence.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
NASA
yeah.
needs to study it or something.
Yeah.
I bet it's amazing.
Yeah.
That's because that's how everything is in Japan.
Yeah.
It's like, nothing can be subpar. Everything has to be like the best thing on earth.
Exactly.
That's the video, Chris. There you go.
What's the health and safety regulations in Japan?
Immaculate.
Because okay, here's the
Over the top?
Here's the thing. So it's like it's either one or the other. Because sometimes it's like fucking immaculate. You are not going to go to this place unless everyone's signed off on it. And then you have like drifting, where you can turn up without a fucking driver's license and go on the course. I'm just like, so where does the line start?
I
And
feel
then-
like rules are made when people do dumb shit and accidents happen.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like in some sense, Japan doesn't have as many rules because they're just so conscious about
yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
Like I think like everyone is just extremely clean here. So I imagine their health rules probably aren't as strict on like I imagine maybe
I think maybe,
because they're
but
so clean in
yeah.
general.
Yeah.
I think though, like in Japan, because Japanese people just like love to follow the rules and are really good at following the rules.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like just have like a baseline rule set, and then most places will be like, well, you're not gonna do anything like weird and stupid to like try and test those limits, right? Because everyone's gonna follow the rules.
The drifting was fun though.
Yeah.
But
Whereas
yeah,
with
let's
drifting,
show
they
us
were
the
like,
car.
do you have a license? No. It's all right. You can still drive.
Actually, you only
I'm
did
glad
one.
I didn't drift that day. I know I'd have been sick, like you
Oh,
were.
yeah.
Like,
I want to see you drift.
when I was in the back of it, just for that like
The
few minutes,
one
I was
time,
like,
right?
"Oh."
Yeah.
It's way different when you're driving it. I think.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
When you're in the
So,
back,
yeah.
you get
Yeah.
way
Oh, yeah,
sicker.
that was
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
It was really fun. I really want to do it again.
Yeah, I want to.
That
as
was
well.
fun. Yeah.
I think one day
I'd
if I
like
ever
to
retire,
see you with like the Drift King drifting you around.
Yeah.
I'd like,
Drifter King.
King.
Jeremy Clarkson
my
clip.
life hasn't flashed before my eyes before, but they definitely did during that drifting
Yeah.
that drifting episode.
man was insane.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know how he learned how to do that shit.
I repeat. This episode is sponsored by Manscaped.
Cheers to 2022 and resolutions you can actually keep. How about having clean and shiny balls all year round? Our sponsor at Manscaped are here to save your balls this year and make the ball drop into 2022 the cleanest and sexiest ever. Set your first New Year's resolution with good intentions and join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. With our exclusive offer, go to manscaped.com and use code TRASHTASTE for 20% off plus free shipping.
It's new year, new me with the global leaders in below waist grooming. This year, take your package to the next level with the Performance Package 4.0 and brand new Ultra Premium Body Wash.
Inside the Performance Package 4.0, you'll find the signature Lawnmower 4.0. This electric trimmer is designed to trim hair on loose skin. The advanced skin-safe technology reduces cuts and nicks on your delicate nuts. It also comes equipped with a 4000K LED spotlight that will shine a light to the promised land 2022 looks to be.
So, what are you waiting for? Get 20% off and free shipping by using code TRASHTASTE at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com using code TRASHTASTE. It's a new year, no pubes in 2022 with Manscaped.
Thank you for sponsoring D's Nuts.
Fuck's sake,
Back to the
fuck's
episode.
sake, Joey.
Speaking of wank sober, Chris, I know another YouTube creator you're very fond of. Nikocado Avocado, right?
Nick Avocado.
Nikocado
Is he
Avocado.
the guy that eats everything?
Yeah, and
Everyone.
cries. Yeah.
The
What's
mukbang
the story behind him? I mean, I'm not as good as you are. Like you're like switched on.
I don't really know.
culture. It's YouTube.
in the YouTuber lore.
I'm watched in with the crew, innit? And I'm
I
like,
watched,
I know fuck all.
I watched the 4-hour video about him that explained all his history, and I can't tell you anything about it.
Oh, the right opinion video.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And it was basically a guy just was getting views doing mukbangs, got fat, and then kind of just.
But he used to be like a health conscious, like vegan.
Yeah.
YouTuber,
He used to be
right?
super thin.
like super thin,
Like-
super healthy. He used to promote like
yeah.
healthy eating.
Oh, that's
and
quite an
then,
interesting character arc.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
and then he did
Yeah.
one mukbang, saw how big it got, and then just.
Oh,
Spiraled.
that's sad.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's. I think it's gotten to the point now where he is definitely playing a character.
Yeah,
but
he's playing it up. He's
Yeah.
completely like.
But he's also very.
But he's also
overweight.
eating the food.
But he's also killing himself.
it's
slowly,
it's
yeah.
method acting.
Yeah.
Method acting.
to the nth
That's,
degree.
that's how I feel about eating fried chicken.
Yeah, I remember when Daniel Day-Lewis was eating all the fried chicken to get into character.
Oh man, that's sad though, isn't it?
Yeah, but just mukbangs in general are like the saddest thing on earth.
Maybe I'll do it.
What are you going to do? We basically
well,
did
did
those.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what you,
one
that's what you-
one
that's what you
Kosoba
did.
is a mukbang.
That's what you
that.
did already, right?
Yeah,
The ramen as well. And,
It's something
I'm as
so
bad as that avocado
But
man.
I feel like a one-off. You're like, all right,
What's his name?
Nikocado avocado.
Nick Avocado?
yeah,
Nikocado.
Nikocado.
Nick Avocado.
Yeah.
Avocado.
Why is he called
I
that?
don't know.
Well, ask him.
Oh,
like,
where's his? How do I ask him?
I feel like mukbang.
Bring him here. Bring him for me.
He'll probably watch this clip. He watches all the clips about
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
and reacts to them.
He's probably going to react to
No,
this.
I feel like
Put your health first, mate. Don't get cholesterol like him. Like, sort it out. Yeah?
I think I might. I don't want to, assume, but I think he might have higher cholesterol than me
Oh, really?
What? But so he was health conscious when he just got rid of it. He just was like, no.
because he didn't get views.
He didn't get views, yeah.
So money was more important.
Money and drama got.
Yeah, he basically
Sorry,
chased
yeah.
the money and drama like train. And then
Sorry,
Sad,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, him eating unhealthy and drama got him more views, which in turn got him more money. So it was like a
Endless spiral.
it was a spiral.
I mean,
This is the future of YouTube, though, isn't it?
No.
Just punishing yourself for views.
I mean, I've done that plenty of
Well, it's
times.
just-
I think like a mukbang every now and then is like, all right, whatever. You're not
Sure.
putting your health at risk, but when you're like, here's my daily mukbang of
Yeah.
1,500 chicken nuggets, it's
Yeah.
just like maybe this is a slight.
If
bit
you're doing
excessive.
like a Matt Stoney where it's like, eat a gargantuan amount of food once a month, but also work out vigorously in the middle, like, that's fine. But
that's what he does, right, Matt Stoney?
well, I think a lot of the professional eaters they eat that a large amount of food, and then the days off they pretty much just don't eat much. They
Yeah.
eat very
Yeah.
very like precise diets.
So there's
of,
a
like,
science,
thousands.
there's an ethics.
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like if you eat 7,000 calories, you've got to figure out how you can get that
Burn it
out
off.
of
Yeah.
your diet,
Yeah.
or you can have the lack of calories.
Yeah.
I think he messaged me once because he did the Monster Ramen challenge in Akihabara that we
Yeah,
did,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
And,
okay.
but
and he
so
completely
nailed it.
demolished
I
that in
just
like
saw it
3 minutes.
in a way that I can only dream of.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize he's actually quite good about it.
He's like one of the best in the world.
Yeah.
An avocado man, just fucking every day
Yeah.
bucket of
Stop
shit.
calling him avocado, man.
I remember, I just picture like an avocado,
Well,
Nick Avocado.
I
right?
think
Yeah.
I don't even think he can eat as much as Matt Stoney. Like Matt
Right.
Stoney is like insane.
Yeah.
That's not just like inhuman.
But like he's also like trained professionally,
yeah.
I guess, to the point of where he knows what he's doing.
Is he trained professionally?
Well, I mean,
he competes
He's
like
like the
professionally.
the
Yeah.
king at it. Like no one beats
Yeah.
him. I think there's like a few other people who are as good as him. Like
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a lot of the records.
I think most of the
Clearly
stuff.
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
It's working,
I think
and
the
he's
reason
not
why
fat.
he doesn't upload as frequently is not just for health reasons, but I think it's also because he's like doing like professional eating competitions. Like, off.
Right.
I mean, I'm guessing it's still not healthy what he's doing.
No,
Oh, you sent me a video of him just eating like 100 slices of cheese.
disgusting.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
so
Oh.
gross.
That
So
looks
gross.
this. I wanted to throw up just watching that video.
Once he's had his first endoscopy, he'll think very carefully about his food fighting strategy.
I'm sure that man has like the best
Yeah.
healthcare
Yeah.
money can
I think
buy.
he'll just eat the camera. Won't he?
Because what happened to that guy who did Man
3
vs.
minutes.
Food?
Adam,
Adam-
something. Adam.
I was going to
something.
say Adam Levine, and I was like, no, that's
That's Maroon 5.
Maroon 5.
I always thought that if Chris was American, that's how he'd look like.
Man versus food.
Just me with better teeth and the better jawline and just everything better.
Where's the Family Mart chicken challenge?
100 pieces of Family Mart chicken.
I am Adam Levine after Family Mart chicken.
Adam Levine.
Adam Levine's not his name.
After a bucket of chicken.
I mean, it's just depressing, isn't it? Like, I feel like there's only so much you can do before you're just like, I don't like this anymore. I'm just hurting
Yeah.
myself. I'm just in pain.
Did you not feel like that after you did your cup noodle challenge? Where you
Yeah, I
ate
felt awful.
That's
That's why I only do it like once every fucking month.
After like one cup noodle, I feel like oily and salty.
I'm
and
not eating it all, am I? I'm taking one bite of it.
Yeah, but collectively, you probably ate about 5 or 6 cups.
Yeah. Six odd cups.
You're a brave man. You're an idiot.
It's a lot of sodium.
Yeah, too much sodium. ASO, too much sodium. Well, again, it's one of those things like you're not doing it often, so whatever, really. I mean, cholesterol's still high, but you know.
Are you going to do more I tried XYZ videos? Or
No.
I tried everything?
There's just not that much to do. It's interesting.
We did the
You've
crisp
kinda
one.
covered
We did
everything.
crisps and it was pretty rubbish. It was just like,
it was pretty
they
shit.
all look the same.
But then it was also because I just moved in and like everything was a mess and we couldn't get any of the camera set up or lighting.
we filmed in Connor's apartment and like he had no curtains.
Yeah, the curtains hadn't arrived
So
yet.
to block out the sun, he used up like 20 boxes and a blow-up doll or something. His collection of dodgy videotapes.
He loved Mother's Nose Breast.
Mother knows breast.
He-
The masterpiece of our time.
He couldn't stop giggling when he saw it. He was like, Why is Mother Nose Breast?
Did you actually watch it, or
No.
you should have?
What is Mother Knows Breast?
It's his favorite show.
It's a wonderful.
He uses these tapes to block out like the sun.
Yeah, well, it's somewhat worked.
Porn eclipse, like just block out the sun. But it was awful.
Solar eclipse of porn. It was, it did not work well. And the crisps were they all were just so shit. There's nothing interesting about
If
it.
it had been the UK, it would have been really good. Like
Yeah, it
Monster
would've.
Munch, Quavers,
Yeah, well, like, it was
Skips,
like
Hula
US
Hoops.
chips, right?
Yeah.
It just really showed how depressing crisps are in Japan.
Yeah. What did somebody message me in the week and said, Chris, you're friends with the Trash Taste lads? And I was like, oh yeah. And of course I am. And they were like, if you next time you see them, tell them to stop going so hard on America. What have you done? I think it was you as well. It was like, particularly in Connor. What have you said about America that's made everyone angry?
Don't know.
We've said a lot of stuff.
We've
about
said a
America.
No more than they've said about the UK, quite frankly.
What's your opinion of America, Chris?
That's right, isn't it? I don't. It's silly to make sweeping generalizations about an entire country.
Why not?
330 million people.
Why not?
But if we were to do that,
It's not like I'm actually like generalising the entire population. It's just for jokes.
no, I think in the
Giggles.
UK we're like a little bit snobby towards Americans. Of
course we are.
Like, oh, fucking car in every garage, chicken in every
We're
pot.
snobby
bollocks.
towards everyone, let's be honest.
We invented the rocket engine.
Well, you
We
guys
sold
are
it to the
snobby
television.
towards
And
yourselves,
it's just like we are a little bit envious because we had an empire and then it was gone, and then America had a bigger and better economy and
Oh,
everything.
you could be
Do you
worse.
know what I think like British people hate about Americans? Is that they look happy. You know?
That's true. That's true.
You know, I think American.
They hate what they can't have.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. 'Cause, like,
Happiness.
You look at American culture and,
All that freedom.
and everyone's so optimistic and
Yeah.
happy and like patriotic, and we're here just being like, country shit, innit? Like, what the fuck? The fuck? Why are they so happy? They're not allowed to be
I
happy.
That makes sense.
what we should learn from Americans is good to like have dreams and be optimistic. We don't have that in the UK. I remember, like, I used to work in office and I'd be like, I want to start a business. They were like, fuck off and get me my tea, you little prick. And I was like, okay. And like, just having a dream in the UK, you just can't do that. You're not allowed. Shut up and make the tea. It's like,
That is the British dream,
sit
though.
down, Icarus, get me my fucking tea. Like, it's horrible. The UK's horrible.
Could that possibly be a
Pubs are
generalization
good,
as
isn't
well?
it?
Or?
I do miss a
Just
pub.
imagining Chris being scolded is the funniest fucking thing in life.
It's British people, miserable, isn't it?
We are miserable.
I remember when Elon Musk came to the castle where I worked, right? My boss was really uptight bitch of a woman, and she's like really fucking, really like, she's like really posh. Like when you work at a prestigious place, you get like really posh people that like look down. She was like, there's American billionaires coming. He's called Elon Musk or something. He's started a company worth $300 million. Rubbish. And I was like, yeah, he's made a company called Tesla and SpaceX. You deal with him. I don't want to talk to him. I was like, he's a pretty big deal. She was like, really like looked down on him just being,
Why?
Just being American. There's nothing else.
not
Like,
a-
I-
he's not
I-
an
American. He's not American,
This
though.
woman, this person I worked with, I just hated him because he was like American, and he came with like lots of Silicon Valley investors and lots of
Right.
powerful
Why
people.
don't you pitch your idea to them?
I got an idea for a business.
That must be like the cringiest thing you could possibly do.
Oh
right?
yeah.
And then they all just ha ha ha.
But it was really weird. I just didn't want to talk to him, and they like let
Weird.
me deal with him, and I had to like give him the birthday cake because she didn't want to. She was like this 50.
Weird.
Weird, isn't it?
Why?
Don't know.
Maybe she owned a Tesla car and it was shit or
Odd,
something.
isn't it?
I don't want to hear about him.
It was very odd. Very odd. But we're talking to Garnt before we came on about how like if you go to a nice restaurant in Japan, you don't feel judged. It's nice.
No.
If you go to a nice restaurant in the UK, like a Michelin star restaurant,
shit.
you will feel like nothing. You'll feel like
you
shit.
feel out of place there.
The class structure in the UK is pretty powerful still, and you know, if you go in a nice restaurant, you often they'll be like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" Especially when you turn up dressed like me, they're like, "Oh gosh, what are you doing here?" The toilets are not here, so like, it's just
They don't really care where you're from in Japan, but I feel like it does matter a bit in the UK. They're like, where did you grow up? And it's like,
It's
well,
just fascinating coming from a country that doesn't have that. That like
Yeah.
what
Well,
what
this is
like
why-
how does like where does it start?
Oh,
Like, how do you
well,
distinguish between who is in the same class as you?
like
are?
accent and dress,
1,000 years of history and money.
Because there's like so much old money there, right? So it gets inherited down and they get brought up.
It just
in
sounds
their
like
own fucking circle, in their own fucking environment.
it just sounds like racism within the same race.
I mean, it's called classism, right?
Yeah,
There's a literal name for it, right?
you said
insane.
somebody made fun of you for your clothes you're wearing or something.
Yeah, so I went to this fancy restaurant in the UK, and someone laughed at us for wearing like Uniqlo and H&M clothes.
Disgusting.
Who
Disgusting.
laughed at you?
Huh?
What person was this?
Or like a waiter or
No, just someone sitting at a table. We got looks for having like smart business casual clothes,
Yeah.
but obviously none of it was like name brands.
Imagine if I
Right.
turned up in my Primark jacket.
I was always of the mindset of like the real rich people, like actual rich, didn't feel the need to dress smart. They just turned up in like fucking pajamas to
No,
these
but that's
restaurants.
Right.
like American rich, right? Where people have new money. In the UK,
Yeah.
there's old money, right?
Yeah.
Inherited
Yeah.
and passed down.
Yeah.
it's like name value to the money.
I feel really out my depth in London when I go back. I'm like,
Yeah,
wow,
me too.
Look at
Yeah.
this place. Like,
That's why I just buy anything I want on the menu at McDonald's. That's the real wealth.
That's the flex. That's the real flex right
Do you
there.
guys want some nuggets? I suppose I could buy another
get
20.
the 20-piece set.
I'm going to ask
No
for
holds barred.
extra sauce.
Those bougie motherfucker with the 20
But
nuggets.
there's restaurants so shit in London. It's like London 5-star hotels are a joke. Like it looks like my grandma's bedroom. It's like it's old and quaint and it's been around
Right.
for hundreds of years. And it's like, yeah, that's why my grandma still has the fucking bed. It's shit. It's like this fucking awful, like, you see these rooms. They have like a 12-inch screen from like the 1980s. They have these bed sheets that look like they're just decrepit.
Yeah.
This oak cabinet that looks like it's been around longer than like the entirety of London. It's just shit. And you pay like £400 a night.
Yeah.
You get nothing.
I mean, I feel Japan kind of has that as well with some of their ryokans as well, right?
I thought that until I stayed in some of the London hotels, and then I'd forgotten how
it's
how
awful.
overpriced
London
the
is
service
awful.
the service industry is in the UK. Because
shit.
for what you get in like the price you pay for, like you can stay in some like 5-star hotels or whatever, and you're
Really
paying
bad.
like 4 or 5 times the price you would in Japan, and it would be like half the size of the room with no service. It doesn't even come with toothbrushes. Like it doesn't even come with toothbrushes, which I think is like the
That's
bare
true.
minimum.
I remember that, yeah, because
Yeah.
in Japan, even the worst hotel in the world that
I think it's
Connor and I went
environmental
to,
reasons, right?
we got a toothbrush, right? Cake
I
was,
wouldn't use it. I wouldn't
it
use
was
it.
caked in like mold and every disease.
But it was there.
You had mold and blood in this
Yeah, it was-
room, but at least it came with a toothbrush.
Exactly right.
I think the UK doesn't do it for like environmental waste,
Yeah. Environmental waste.
which also just suddenly lines up very nicely for these hotels because they don't have to buy toothbrushes.
Very
Yeah.
true.
So,
Yeah.
Where are the 5 stars coming from in that case? Just from the
I
name
honestly-
value.
I don't understand how they get 5 stars sometimes because I think it must be location half the time. 'Cause I'm like,
Right.
a lot of these 5-star hotels are in amazing locations,
Yeah.
but the hotels are dreadful, really bad. Don't go in a 5-star hotel in London. Just go to like a fucking Premier Inn or some shit.
Yeah.
Airbnb maybe.
Yeah, Airbnb is like way better.
Yeah.
You get way better experiences
London,
in
it's pretty
Airbnb.
good, yeah. You
In,
can
in,
buy
Yeah.
in England in general, like pretty much every hotel I've stayed in England is like not the greatest.
Did I tell you the time I got locked inside an Airbnb in England? I used to use Airbnb a lot, and then I stayed in Bath once for a holiday. A really nice town, city
Yeah.
called Bath, and it was in like an attic. It's like Quasimodo up there. But like the door went open. The door went open from the inside. So as I woke up that morning, I was like, I'm going to go for a jog around Bath, and I went to the door. It just wouldn't open. I was like, what the fuck? And there was no way I could open it. I rang up the guy. I was like, hey man, I can't get out the apartment. This is kind of weird. This hasn't ever happened in the history of ever. And he was like, oh, it happens sometimes. You sure it won't open? I was like, no. I was like, can you come and sort it out? He was like, well, I'm in Bristol at the moment, which is about an hour away. I was like, if there's a fire, I'm fucked. And I had to wait like an hour for someone to come and like open the door
Oh
and
my
let me
God.
out of the apartment. So I was locked inside. And that put me off Airbnb in the UK a little bit.
the one.
Did you leave a bad review?
I think I did. I was like, got locked in the room. That was
That's
2 stars.
That's about as bad as it gets.
Yeah.
That is pretty bad.
That's
Like,
really bad.
That's the only thing that I sometimes don't like about Airbnbs is that there's some weird, unpredictable just natures to the
What I
property.
did it in Asakusa once, and the owner was like, "Just say you're our friends. Or, just say you're friends with Takeshi." I was like, "Yeah, all right."
It's weird,
And,
isn't it? Like, you
if
just
someone
run
like
out
bumps
stuff
into you in the
this.
corridor, like, "Yeah, Takeshi's Tomodachi desu, yeah."
Also,
And,
if you're lugging around like expensive equipment, I wouldn't go on Airbnb.
Right, yeah,
I just
yeah.
don't trust it. Like if I have my
No
laptop,
insurance,
camera, stuff like that. Yeah, you've no insurance, you've no
Yeah.
safety, and if someone else also has the keys, it's a bit worrying. Obviously, the hotel has, people can get
Safes
keys
and
as well,
stuff. Yeah,
but
yeah.
you can at least there's some level of safety there, and there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah,
So-
hotels have cameras.
So it's it depends. If I was just traveling with me somewhere on my own, didn't bring my laptop, I don't give a fuck. I'll go stay on Airbnb.
And I
Yeah.
tried to last week when we were trying to make a video. We went to this really expensive hotel room, a $12,000 hotel room, and I wanted to contrast that with something bad, like a bad hotel room or a cheap Airbnb. I'm trying to book 3 separate Airbnbs in Tokyo, and they're all like, "Oh, it's open these few days," and I booked it, and 3 times in a row I got rejected. They were like, "No, we're full that day," and I got really angry and disappointed about that. I don't know if it's because I'm not Japanese. A lot of people said afterwards that they always book under a Japanese name. And, and I was quite disappointed about that. I was like, oh, maybe it's because of the new Omni variant, and so they're being a bit wary because I'm foreign. But
That's still fucked up though. That's
pretty
that's
fucked up.
racist.
Classic Japanese xenophobia right
Yeah.
there.
well, there's been some nasty instances of that since COVID. It's certainly.
Yeah.
At times I felt like a second class citizen in Japan because during COVID, right?
Before I would never have accused Japan of that level of discrimination, but yeah, COVID has really kind of brought out a weird side of
Yeah.
Japan. That's a bit uncomfortable.
It's a lot of people I've spoken to sort of tainted their long-term future here.
Yeah, I read a really good article about how like all these travel restrictions have really like tainted how a lot of people view Japan.
Unfortunately.
And how that they've just completely fucked over foreigners who had jobs, residencies here, really fucked students, absolutely fucked over a ton of people. And now they just put them back and said they're going to keep them going again right after they release them. It's really fucked.
It is bad, yeah.
Well, I remember like it got so bad that the American embassy even made a tweet.
Oh,
Right. Didn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
What was the tweet? It was something like, "We've been informed that Japanese police are randomly stopping foreigners and searching them."
Oh yeah, I had that the other day.
Yeah, Joey had it.
you had that.
The day
You got
after
searched.
the,
Yeah,
The day after the tweet.
The day
yeah.
after the tweet, I was at the nearby train station,
Yeah.
and I was about to go into the fucking train thing, and then a cop just like stopped me.
No.
He was like, "Oh, sumimasen." And he was like, "Oh, Nihongo daijoubu?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fucking daijoubu." And he was like, "Oh, we're doing
fucking daijoubu.
You fucking dickhead. Of course I'm daijoubu."
He didn't know. He's being nice. He's being nice.
And then he was like, I'll give this cop credit. He was nice about the whole thing, but he was like, so we've heard about this case that's been going around where people are picking up credit cards of people and using them without their permission. So I need you to like open your wallet, and
What?
I need to see some identification, and I need to see the names on your credit cards.
I doubt that
And at
was
first I was
the
like,
court.
what the fuck is this like scam shit?
That sounds like the
Ooh.
most sus, like bullshit
Yeah.
story. It's
And
just-
so I
It's like the wallet inspector out the
Yeah.
Simpsons.
Yeah. No, so for the first time ever, I was like, can I see your identification, please? Because I wasn't too sure, right?
yeah.
I was like, I need to make sure this guy's a cop.
Yeah.
So I was like, can I see your identification? And he looked at me like, what do you mean? I'm obviously dressed up as a cop. And I'm like, no. I need to see like your badge. So
Yeah.
he showed me his badge. I was like, okay, looks fine. Gave him the wallet. He saw my Japanese name on my credit card.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, Nihonjin desu ka? And I was like, yes. Immediately gives me back my wallet. And he was like, oh, daijoubu desu. Have a good day.
Sorry, I thought you were foreign.
Yeah. Sorry. So basically, he saw my Japanese name, was like, oh, you're Japanese. Whoops, my bad. Here's your wallet back. Have a good day. And
Yeah.
just went off. And then I stopped and just kind of hid away to just see if he would stop anyone else. For like 5 minutes, he didn't stop anyone else. He was just walking around. He was probably waiting for the next foreigner. So I was like,
God, what if it'd been Connor? He'd been shot.
yeah.
just tased on the spot.
My credit
rid of
card?
him.
No. You know what's also really annoying about, I guess, just cops and security people in Japan is that you cannot tell the difference by looking from a security guard and a cop in Japan. They all dress the same. all the building like managers and stuff also dress like military forces. Why
Really,
do they-
really, because like every mall I've been to, the security guard is like an 80-year-old dude.
Really?
Yeah,
Dude,
and I'm like, what are you guarding?
you go into some buildings and the security are dressed like they're going to war. And it's like,
Where are you
what is-
going?
I don't know. Just everywhere I go, they're all dressed in like these military outfits. It's so weird.
Maybe at like the embassies and shit.
No,
like
no,
that, but
no, no. I've never been to an embassy in Japan.
All the
Thank God.
security guards I've seen are like, all decrepit.
Yeah,
men.
they're like
What?
60,
Yeah,
70-year-old
yeah.
dudes with like the
Yeah.
blue
Yeah.
hats, and they're like,
Yeah.
Where the hell do you go?
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know, man.
It's like
Prison.
Getting a dodgy
It's-
massage.
It's like the two places Japanese businessmen retire, like
Taxi
security
driver.
guards and taxi drivers, right? That's what I thought.
Yeah, services that can put people's lives in danger.
I look at these like 70-year-old like security guards, and I'm like, okay, let's say hypothetically, I like, you know,
Well, no, the security,
steal some shit. What are you gonna do?
well, the security guards in Japan are there to call the police.
Yeah, basically.
That's all they do. They're not actually going to hit you. I've never seen a security
Just
guard.
act like a civilian, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you get they call up the group of 15 cops to come
Yeah.
arrest you.
No, but it was
Yeah,
shocking
yeah.
because I'd never been stopped by like a cop
No,
before.
I've
to, like,
never been
inspection and
stopped
stuff like that.
in
That was the
sort of
first
10
time
years.
ever.
Stopped?
I've never been stopped in
Yeah,
10
that was the
years.
first time ever I've been
I've been
stopped.
stopped twice.
Have you?
What the fuck am I
That's
doing?
hilarious.
I don't know.
You do look a bit sort of dodgy, though.
Yeah.
What? How do the fuck do I look dodgy?
I look at you and I think that man needs to be arrested. And
He's done some shit.
throw the key away. Get him out of here. What, when? In Shinjuku, presumably, or something?
One at
One at the old studio, right?
one at the old studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Police came in.
Oh, no, please.
And,
Stop everything. Stop this recording.
Is there a Mr. Cahoon in here?
one at the old studio and one at like around like Oimachi at that area.
What have you done? What'd you do?
Nothing. What did I do? Like I pissed on the floor. or
Confess
something.
now.
No, I was walking and I was the
Were
only.
you alone?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, right.
I saw a bunch of dudes walk past, and this dude just perked up when he saw me and just like came over to me and just stopped me and asked for my like ID and all that. And I was like,
What'd you do?
nothing. I just gave him it. I was like, what do you want? I could clearly see that he was a police officer, and I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll show it to you. And I was just bantering and stuff, and he told me about his favorite games and shit. It was weird. It was. I was telling him that my train was leaving in 2 minutes, and he hurried up.
It's interesting because that experience sounds really wrong, right? The whole sort of he just stops you
Yeah.
out of nothing
Yeah.
because you'll just look like that, and
Yeah.
but then he was nice, so it's kind of like
Yeah, he
trying to
was-
reconcile the nicest.
He was nice, you know. If I don't understand why I wish that there was an explanation. Even if he tried to explain to me, I wouldn't have understood anyway. But it didn't really seem like he tried to explain why he was stopping me. He just stopped me and was like, "ID, please."
Well, I mean,
was
he
like,
gave me an explanation and it just sounded like a scam.
Oh,
so.
the dude just straight up was like, "ID, Zaidu card." He just wanted my residence card,
Yeah,
and I was
so-
like, "One, you assume I have a resident card, which I do, but maybe I didn't. Maybe
And
I
that's the important point. You always need to carry a residence card if you live in Japan. If you get
Yeah.
caught without it, you can get fined like 100,000 yen. out of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, like when we have
Carry
to
it.
send our residence card off to get renewed for our visa, which before happened to be like every 6 months because we couldn't get a visa beyond 6 months. That like few weeks in between us waiting to get
Oh my
our
god, yeah.
residence card, that was just like
You need to
pure
use your
anxiety.
passport or something.
No, because we had to send off our passport as well.
Oh Jesus.
So the only thing we had was
A little bit of
this-
paper saying
yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
this
Yeah,
document
yeah.
that says that there's not even like a document; it's an email that says, "Oh, they've sent it off and they're getting it renewed." And I don't know how friendly the cops would be if I just
Yeah.
opened up this
I
email.
think they're
that said
pretty.
that.
They'd be pretty understanding. I
Yeah.
think they're just. Yeah, I don't know. I think
It's
they
just that first hurdle they have to get over. Because
They
like
just
I don't have a
stop
Zaidu
foreigners,
card, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
every time I'm like, I don't have a Zaidu card. The cop's like ready to like write the ticket. He's like, you don't have a Zaidu card. Then I have to explain. Yeah. Oh.
$10,000 gone.
Yeah. Sorry.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really get too offended about it. It's a bit annoying, but I wish they would just tell me why they're doing it. Why?
Random stop and search. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
random.
Yeah.
Yeah. Random. Random.
Yeah, because like I've never seen a cop do that with a Japanese person. Like
The
ever.
only time I've ever seen
Until
cops
you.
talking to Japanese
Until
people,
me, but I don't look Japanese, so
Literally, the only time I've ever seen cops talking to Japanese people are like when someone's shouting or there's been a car accident. That's the only time I've ever seen it.
yeah, like when there's an actual.
I don't know if
problem.
I'm just being biased. I could totally be being like anecdotal evidence here, being completely biased.
Well, I mean, that's
Yeah.
usually what it is, right? Like when there's an actual problem, then the cops
Yeah.
get involved. But when it's just a white guy walking down the street, apparently it's like, oh, Zaidu card time.
It's never happened to me, and the police I've met have been always very nice and friendly.
Yeah, like I said, like
Yeah, they're all
the dude
nice.
was
They're all
Yeah,
nice,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
which
I
is
mean,
a good
I
thing.
told the guy I wanted to get my train in 2 minutes, and he kind of hurried up.
Yeah.
That's good. I was like, I need to get that one. And he was like, oh, 2%. And I gave him.
I got stopped for speeding once. I was going like 4 kilometers per hour over the limit, and it was one of those situations where I just.
So you meant I was going 4 kilometers per hour and I got done for speeding,
and they were stopping everyone. They were just stopping all the cars because everyone just in the countryside goes over the limit a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, because
And
the
like,
speed limit is so low.
It
in
is very
Japan.
low here, and they
ridiculous.
apologise for pulling me over. They're like, oh my god, we're so sorry. We're so sorry. We know this is ridiculous. But
We're so sorry to
but
inform you that you're
you've just
breaking the
got 3
law.
points, yeah. But they kind of knew that it was a bit petty, and I sort of they could be doing
Did
something.
they give you
better.
points
Yeah, I got a few points. I think
for that?
Yeah,
For 4
I had to
kilometres?
Pay like some money.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
How mean?
Might have been 7 kilometers.
What were they? What were they?
Might have been 15, 20.
I might have been going 100.
But, I mean, a lot of people do go like 110 on the like 70 or 80 miles.
Yeah, because the highway is like 80.
Yeah, so the miles per hour is like what, 50 maximum? 50
Yeah.
miles per
Yeah.
hour on the highways? You're not getting anywhere in 50 miles an hour.
true.
Like, I
Yeah.
get it's a small country, but people got to go.
Well, you know,
Compared to the UK, it's not a small country at all.
Alright.
that's why, like, you know, you're not surprised when you're seeing like there would just be like cars, tons of them, just going like 110.
Yeah.
For all of them do it. None of them follow the rules. But apparently, I was told. I don't know if this is true. It's the person in front who gets the blame if everyone's like speeding behind.
The leader.
Yeah, whoever, because the leader is
Yeah.
clearly the one
The
who decided.
influencer.
Yeah, influence them. I don't know how true that is. I imagine if like 20 people are speeding, they can't stop every car.
Yeah. Got to set an example, right?
You piece of shit. That's what I mean. If I've noticed that whenever like one car goes in the front,
Yeah.
all the other cars just go back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want to be the one in the front.
Yeah. That could be
It
true.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Don't know if it could be just complete hysterical.
It makes sense, but
I don't know.
Realised I've been looking at the wrong camera the entire time. I've been looking at this one instead of that one.
My God.
you've been on this show 4 times now, Chris.
That's a good way to end it, eh?
Yeah.
Chris looked at the wrong camera the
Chris
whole
looking at the
episode.
wrong camera the whole episode. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Mudan, just punch in 400%. Digital.
Hope you had fun, Chris.
Yeah.
Always a blast.
Only your 4th time here and you can't look at the right camera.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolute
Maybe 5th
professional.
time. Yeah, maybe 5th time.
Yeah, 5th time's the
This guy
charm.
wants to direct cinematography.
But at least I am affable. And that is the main takeaway from this episode. Thank you for having me on, guys.
You know who else is
No worries.
affable? Our patrons.
On screen right now.
Look at them all.
You
On
can
screen
see,
right now.
of course.
Absolutely
Oh, that's
affable.
your name.
Oh, I love
my
that name.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's really good as well, actually. This guy brought me a Pokestep for Christmas.
Yeah, I love David. But
Right, Mudan has to put David there now.
thank you for having me on. I hope to see you again. Please let me back.
We will.
You will be back.
Can't wait to
I
go
know
to
you will.
bungee jumping, Chris.
Bungee jumping
That's going to be a lot of fun.
into a river. Let's get it done. Take it for granted.
that
Take him for
Into a river?
granted.
If we die,
It is. It's in Gunma. It's a river.
if we die, do we at least get it in 8K?
You will be CGI'd in future episodes. Your estate, they will have Sea Dog Connor CGI.
Connor AI.
I don't permit this at all.
I permit it.
But hey, if you'd like to be affable and support the show, then make sure to go over to our Patreon, patreon.com/trashtaste. Also follow us on Twitter. Send us some memes on the subreddit, and if you hate our face, listen to us on Spotify.
Subscribe to Japan.
And subscribe to Abroad in Japan. Go check
Chris
him
Abroad.
out.
Yeah, you know this guy already.
Yeah.
Links in the
Do you want to
description.
shout out your socials, Chris?
Yep. Chris Abroad channel. It's the new
Oh, yeah, the second channel.
It's the new up and coming place
Sub-
to be. Yeah.
Sub to his
That's the main-
second
that's the
channel.
main
It's
channel now,
gonna be
Chris.
amazing.
right?
It's gonna be amazing.
What a banger episode. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye.